Hello, everybody, and welcome to another ABCs of RPG stream. Today, we're doing our session 3 of Avatar Legends. Our intrepid band of heroes is getting very close to rescuing those kids and doing those things that they were tasked to do. My name's Dalton. I am the game master for this campaign, and I'm going to be joined by all of these players. They'd want to introduce themselves, starting with Spencer.
Hey, I'm Spencer. I'm currently in 5 campaigns in total, but 3 are on hiatus. So that's me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dan, introduce yourself.
What's up, everyone? I'm Guy. Anyways, Ashley.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley. My pronouns are she, her. Really excited to keep playing. Justin?
Hey everybody. I'm Justin. Pronouns he, him. Let's get to it. I know we're getting into our last session.
Cool. Christian.
Hi, I'm Christian. Pronouns he, him. I'm excited to end this out and talk about it a little bit. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Nice.
I totally forgot to say that my pronouns were he, him. So there you
My
go.
pronouns are he, him too. Sorry.
All right. So, like I mentioned earlier, today we're playing Avatar Legends, the role-playing game. It's a heroic adventure game set in the world of Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. This world is a fantasy setting inspired by Asian and North American indigenous cultures. It's a land filled with breathtaking landscapes, majestic hybrid beasts, and unique marvels of technology and industry. Yet it's also a world defined by struggle, in which there are no absolute villains or perfect heroes, only people with complex motivations who come into conflict with others while striving to forge a future they believe is best. So why don't everybody give us your imperfect heroes and tell us about their complex motivations? Spencer.
Same order as before.
Sure.
I Spencer am playing a character known as Ting. He is from the Northern Air Tribe. His name means slim and graceful. He grew up in the Northern Air Temple. But after a while, he decided to kind of branch off. He alluded to a little bit of what was going on in the last session to his friend, his confidant, Christian's character, Uzuri, and so he now currently kind of was roaming around the country. He has grown out his hair and stylized it into a mohawk because he's actually very lazy when it comes to doing his hair. He just blows the wind up and it just kind of creates the mohawk, and that's how he styles his hair. And yeah, he is his playbook is called The Idealist. Every Avatar character has like a bounce track and a character playbook that they kind of use to do certain things. So his bounce track is forgiveness and action. So yeah, and that's Ting in a nutshell. Dan?
Yeah, so I am playing a character named Zappa. He definitely isn't an amalgamation between Usopp and Sokka. Just feel like that needs to, definitely be mentioned every time. I definitely am not attempting. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I am playing. His book is. Oh my God, which book is he? Why can I not? The Pillar. Thank you. I could not remember what it was, but he is the Pillar. So his two balances are support and leadership. So essentially, like when to stand up, it's when to be a leader, right? I think it's all about the question is what is a leader, or when do you be a leader? Are you the kind of leader that stands up and is, gathering everyone together as like a central pillar, or are you the type of pillar that is supporting people in the background, right? Where you're going up and, hey, are you okay? It's a pretty cool play style. It lets you basically clear a lot of clear a lot of stuff. It's a pretty big support character, I would say. So I would definitely, if you're playing this, have at least one pillar in your in your group, because you get a lot of status clearing stuff and buffs and whatnot. My actual character, though, he's just a dude from Ba Sing Se, moved from one part of the Ba Sing Se to another. Just happens to be like a mild pathological liar, like not to the people he cares about. Like it's not like every lie, but like he also can just pull shit out of his ass really easily. So I yeah. So anyway, that is Sapa, and next is Kiona.
Hi guys, I am playing Kiona of the Northern Water Tribe. Her playbook is the Rogue, which has been a very fun playbook for me. I tend to really like those kinds of characters. Their morality is a little bit more gray and things like that. And for Kiona, she used to be in the military. She felt like it was corrupt, so she left. She defected, and that is the whole reason that she is in the Earth Kingdom at all. She's kind of running away from that part of her past. She did bring her treasured companion, a yak named Buffy the Corruption Slayer. So that's been pretty fun for her. Buffy hasn't been too integral to the story though, but maybe Buffy will make an appearance today. But she also was able to reach 4 points of growth last session, and she decided to take a new move from her playbook. Or no, a new move. So she's taking the octopus form for her new move, for her moment of growth. So she is excited about that.
Very cool. The octopus thing is very fun in Avatar. I like how it was drawn.
Yeah, it's super cool looking. So hopefully I get a chance to use it. Justin?
Hey, yeah. So my character's name is Song. Pronouns are he, him. The book I'm playing is The Bold. It's an interesting book. You get kind of a lot of, again, this is also another kind of, it's weird that they title something The Bold and then give them a lot of support maneuvers. But I'm playing an Earthbender, and that's a lot of fun. And he is from the Southern Orphanage, because I guess that's what they do in the Earth Kingdom. They send all the kids to one orphanage in the south next to an air temple, and an air temple monk, abbotess, takes care of these little Earth kids. And so I came back to Ba Sing Se, and I've been with this group, and it's cool. I lost my sight while I was hanging out with them, but I try not to blame them for that. I was saving a little kid. Oh, and I also leveled up last, and I think I'm taking Thick Mud, which lets me turn, since I've been hanging out with one of these waterbenders, I think I've learned how to tap into a slight waterbending technique in my earth bending, and I turn the ground around me into mud. People sink into it.
Just real quick, Justin and Ashley, are you guys talking about fighting techniques or playbook moves?
These are what?
Yeah, I think I realized after reading it that we're doing this wrong.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to be taking playbook moves and not fighting techniques, because I think you have to do a training move. You have to learn the new techniques with a teacher.
Yeah. Basically, fighting techniques you only get like them at the beginning when you create your character, and then like Avatar really has, correct me if I'm wrong, Dalton, but Avatar Legends really focuses on finding like a master who knows the technique of like a certain like element or something like that, or like when Sokka went and got the sword master training and stuff like that, and you're supposed
Yeah.
to go find them, then learn that way. But
Yeah, like
don't-
when you level up, you're more getting like moves out of your playbook. If you want to learn new like combat stuff, you generally have to find someone to teach you, like Spencer said. You gotta like Sokka, you gotta be like Sokka, go find a sword guy, or like Zuko, you gotta go to your uncle and have him teach you how to redirect lightning. You have to have a person in universe teach you how to do the thing. Or
Did it
Katara
mention-
with the waterbending scroll.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm mad about it. I'm gonna mauled. I'm gonna get over it. I wanted new spells real bad. That's fine.
Spells.
Take a new move. It does say that though. It does say right there under growth advancements. Take a new move from your playbook. All right.
Yeah, I
I'm
realized
no-
that. I'm
gone through the grieving, and now I was in depression, and then I hit anger, and now I'm in acceptance. I'm good.
Hey, what maybe the point of this session?
forgot about
would be to
bargaining.
Get back
Oh,
into it.
I did. I feel like there was a little bargaining in there. I was like, do we have to do this?
Do we have to
Is that-
can we house rule it? House rule it. You get techniques instead of moves.
I guess you could if you wanted to do that, but the playbook moves are kind of cool too. So I don't know what I did. I'm gonna pick that real quick.
Oh, we got
Thanks
plenty of
for
time.
watching our stream, everybody. I hope you enjoy our. We're learning right now, so you don't
It's part of the
and
process.
run into these mistakes. It's part of the
Yeah.
process. You gotta trust the process.
Part of the process. So, last session and kind of sessions
Wait,
before.
Christian,
Oh,
Wait,
Christian does have to
Christian.
go.
We interrupted to talk about fighting techniques.
Yeah.
Who's Christian? There's no
Aw,
character in
I
that.
now I
mean,
feel bad.
Game
Uzuri Taro.
There you go. That's a character in this game. Yeah, so I'm playing Uzuri. And so my playbook is the adamant for Uzuri, which is a balance between results and restraint. And kind of just setting up my backstory to go along with that, I felt that it made the most sense to me to have a character that is from the Fire Nation, had a kind of strict upbringing, and some a major moment in life where they had experienced loss, and that kind of transformed them and kind of made them take a look at their upbringing in the Fire Nation and decide that they wanted to take a different path, and see results in like changing the world in a better way, right? So that is really the motivation behind Uzuri, and why Uzuri is kind of met the rest of the party, and is helping solve this issue and kind of try and give back to the world. So yeah, I think the coolest part, just to kind of pinpoint this with the Adamant specifically, there are really specific, unique mechanics to each of the playbooks, and mine is a lodestar. So it interacts uniquely in some of the mechanics everybody can interact with, as far as just like shifting the balance and having people calling you out or calling other people out if you have someone in the party that is your lodestar. Yeah, some cool things happen. So yeah, if you to an example of that, we kind of went through that on the last session, which we have that you can go back and watch, and it really helps you kind of role play your character, and that's one of the biggest things about this RPG, which is really great. So yeah, that's Uzuri.
Nice. So now that we actually have everybody introduced, we can catch everybody up on what happened last session and the sessions before. So, broad story strokes. There was a person. Wow, a person. A firebender envoy in the Earth Kingdom, and her children were kidnapped by some unscrupulous folks, and the Avatar's partner saw our group of people kind of like step in a dramatic and brave fashion, and was so inspired by their heroics and connection to their community that she tasked them with finding these kids and making sure that the lower ring does not go crazy, because the Earth King is using the kidnapping as an excuse to kind of crack down on all form of like minor and silly, stupid crime, and even make crimes up, because he's a monarch and monarchs do that. Our crew has done some investigating, and they managed to track down a possible suspect in. Let's see here.
The way you said "and monarchs do that," just I got very big like season 3. Just like I don't believe in kings or queens. Yeah.
Yep. Well, they tracked down a group called the Fanged Mercenaries, and they tracked them down to a nearby lumber yard that they'd been kind of using as a base. They met with a man named Lei Feng, I believe.
That sounds right.
And Justin and Dan decided to fake a job for them, and set up a future meeting where they could kind of talk it out and kind of like maybe get some little bit more information. But while this was happening, the rest of the crew was sneaking around, kind of like looking to see if they could see if the kids were there in the lumberyard. Didn't find them, but they did manage to abduct someone, and capture them and run away into the night, so that maybe they could interrogate them and maybe they know where these kids are.
Yep, flawless plan. Nothing went wrong.
Yep.
In our defense, we weren't trying to do that. That wasn't the goal. They just ran into us and didn't believe us, so we got in a fight.
You did.
What?
You were not sneaky snakes, and you got caught, and then violence.
Mm-hmm.
And then violence.
So
We did get confirmation, though, that this was the group that kidnapped the kids.
Probably.
They admitted to it.
They did.
No, they admitted to it.
I'll believe you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did admit to it, or at least admit to like being very capable of doing something like that and having experience with it. So I think we can go ahead and assume that this is the.
Yeah, if I remember right, like Dan and Justin, your characters are very like wink, wink, nudge, nudge about like kidnapping.
You want to do a little kidnapping?
Yeah,
and they're like, yeah.
I was like, yeah. Do you want to see my CV? I got years of experience.
Sure do. I got it. Yeah, CV right here. Kidnapper. Specializes in groups. Has large white van.
So, anybody have any like questions, comments, concerns before we get going and jump where we left off, which is I think everybody outside of this lumberyard with this person that they've knocked unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
We all good?
Yes. Oh yeah. We have somebody we can interrogate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we're gonna torture. You were not gonna torture them.
And with Justin floating the idea of torture, let's.
No, I said don't do that.
All
right. So
why is this man being tortured? I specifically requested it not happen.
We just come in to like.
Justin's actually torturing the dude, asking why this is happening. Completely.
Song is like, why are we torturing you?
This game has taken a very dark turn.
But no.
On that note,
so let's rewind.
Yeah.
Rewind. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Back to interrogating the person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys are outside of this lumberyard, a reasonable distance away. You aren't really like in anywhere safe or like a safe area yet. You haven't really decided where to go, is what I'll declare. If that's not the case, I will cut it from the last video and nobody will ever know.
No, we're a safe distance. That's fine. We're gonna interrogate the guy. Right.
We should probably get into a place though.
Like
into
So rather than
house.
just being in the woods.
We're not in the woods. We're in Ba Sing Se.
Oh, we just have like a hostage in Ba Sing Se? Yeah, we should not be here in public.
Yeah, just
wherever not public is, we should go there.
For your clarification, you guys were at a lumber yard that went defunct when they built a highway too close to it and split it off from the neighboring communities.
Oh wait, so we're on the bad side of a underpass? No, we can stay here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Nobody's going to be over here.
Perfect.
We just need to like find a little corner. We need to find like a little corner.
Let's rough this guy up now. I mean,
Whoa.
interrogate him.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me, Song. I'm just excited. I'm a little nervous. I'm scared.
Are your people vegetarians because they don't believe in violence so much?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I don't know what came over me.
You've been hanging out with I challenge you. No, I challenge. I'm issuing the. You've been hanging out with that firebender too much. I don't like the direction you and.
Missouri isn't that. He doesn't.
You become an aggressive child.
Missouri, what you
become an aggressive child, and I do not like this.
Missouri, how should we
I'm calling out.
I mean, I don't know why I'm doing that.
I am calling out. I'm calling out Spencer's character. I'm using this official mechanic.
Something I learned from my father that apparently has proven very successful for Fire Nation prisoners. Doesn't use any boards. I mean, you lay people down, like on a table or something, and then get just like a jug of water, and then like put like a towel over their face, and
Persimmon.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No. First of all, I'm looking at everyone's character sheets right now. I'm calling everybody out. We are not waterboarding the dude. We are not no. We are the good guys. We started out as a neighborhood watch, and we are not whatever's happening here.
Okay.
Kiki, go bite everyone. Kiki, go bite everyone.
Hey, can I?
Except for yeah.
Let's
not everyone. Kiki, go bite most people.
Let's go. Let's not do this. Let's not waterboard this guy. All right.
Yeah.
We have him tied up, right?
Yeah,
he's still.
We check the ropes. I just want to check the ropes real quick. Just make sure they're nice and snug.
Hold on. Just set him up, like kneel him up, hold him up, and I can just kind of pin him in place with earth.
Rocks.
And that was obviously a joke, guys. I'm better than that.
Yeah. We'll talk.
We'll
talk about that. We'll talk about that later, Missouri.
So I formulate a restraint out of the earth. And he is now like earth restrained.
Okay. I wanna like. Is he like woken up now?
I mean, you can wake him up. I'd say he's not going to wake up on his own anytime soon.
Yeah. I just want to give him like little tappy taps, little
tappy taps.
Little tappy taps.
Yeah,
on the face.
So for my clarification, Song, did you like bind him in earth?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know, like in a chair. Yeah, he's in a chair. It's kind of like it's got like little clampies on the arms and the legs.
Okay.
But it's like a comfortable chair. He's not meant to, like, this is not supposed to be torturous.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is it decorative in any way?
Well, I mean, there's like, decent lumbar support, I guess.
Okay.
Good lumbar.
Seems to be a lot of tally marks on the chair.
I just made the chair. I just made the chair out of nothing. There are no tally marks. It's a nice chair.
Chair
with sturdy restraints and decent lumbar support. Okay.
Wow.
It's a nice chair.
That's impressive. Especially.
I'm good. at earthbending. It's like what I do. I can't see, but these hands.
You should like.
I can lay them on, or I can build you up.
You should like enter like art competitions or something. Like
Who says I don't? You don't know my personal life.
Oh, you do?
Arrow. Sometimes.
Is he awake? Is he awake?
But like, I mean, Earth sculptors are
like,
very talented. You should see. I mean, it's just like hyper baroque. We're really. It feels like we're getting off track, though.
Yeah.
It feels like we're getting off track.
Were you actually calling me out, Justin?
I was actually calling you out because you're like, I want to torture this guy. I'm calling you out to live up to your principle of whatever it is that you have, like a non-violence principle.
I have forgiveness in action, so I could be like when I was like, probably
Forgiveness.
more forgiveness.
It's not very forgiving. Not a very forgiving attitude.
So
what do I do? Do I roll a specific thing, or do I just
when
roll
you
2d6?
openly call on someone to live up to their principle, shift your balance away from center, then name and roll with their principle. So if you're rolling with forgiveness, I'm at 0-0. I'm at center right now, so
I'm going to confidence.
Okay.
Because that was a hey.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Stop it.
So now, Justin, you roll 2d6 and add Spencer's. Did you say forgiveness, Spencer?
Yes.
Which is 0, so just 2d6.
Yeah.
Seven. On a 7 to 9, they challenge your worldview in turn, mark 1 fatigue, or they shift your balance as they choose.
Yeah, so because you rolled a success, Ting is called to act, as you say, and kind of give up on the idea of torture. And so they either have to do that or mark a condition on themselves. He doesn't necessarily have to, but he would end up like angry or jealous or whatever.
No, I'm going to do it.
Okay. But Spencer, you have the opportunity to kind of like change their view in turn. Justin, you can either mark 1 fatigue or Ting will shift your balance in either direction.
Oh, I don't have to have my balance shifted right now.
Yeah, basically Ting can say, I'm shifting your balance instead. And you can either choose to accept that or mark 1 fatigue.
Oh, no, let's go for it. This interaction changes my chi.
So your loyalty and confidence, right? And you just moved it towards confidence. I'm gonna say probably like, okay, I won't use any kind of force on this guy. You know, I really should be just kind of, asking him questions. And if he volunteers the information, then that's good. I'm sorry I was gonna resort to violence, Song. I just hope that because I'm listening to you and that I'm being respectful and you're really calling out and making sure that I'm acting in right. I hope that if you ever go too far, that I can also make sure you're not going in the wrong direction as well. I'm going to try to push you towards loyalty, back to loyalty.
Oh, okay. All right. So now I'm back towards center. Cool. Yeah, we're still friends, little guy.
And then we do like a
big hug, and because I'm huge, because I'm from the Earth Kingdom, and I guess everybody from the Earth Kingdom is just kind of massive.
I'm back.
So, Sapa, while that was going on, you were trying very hard to wake this guy up, and he finally comes to, and he kind of he struggles a little bit, realize that he's locked up, like that he's like tied down a little bit or restrained in a manner, and like what's going on?
Hey, what's up? So you guys have the kids, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your boss told. I mean, we just had a meeting with them. He told us you had the kids. Where are they? I just want to cut. I'm doing you a favor. I'm cutting to the chase. All right. I'm being very direct, so you can spend as least amount of time possible in that boulder as possible. So if you're on the same page as me, give me the answer. Otherwise, you're going to be spending a lot of time in this boulder.
If I knew where those kids are, I would tell you, but I don't.
Hey, the boulder can get less comfortable, and I removed the lumbar support.
I start
we
that's
work
less
in a
comfortable
torture
now.
house.
the rocks behind him. His back starts to get warm. I can make it hotter.
Hey,
Hey, Zuri.
Hey.
We're gonna talk about this too later, okay?
Yeah,
We're
Let's
talking
talk
you know
about this
what?
later.
Removing the
Right
lumbar
now, we're
support
talking about
is
missing
one
kids.
thing.
So
But removing the lumbar support is one thing. Okay? Turning
Yeah.
my chair into an oven is completely different.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
are you a little
listen,
too hot?
I've
Is there
had-
blowing air, like a
I-
nice cool breeze on
Look.
his face.
Okay, no, stop that. He doesn't get that yet. All right.
What? Oh,
Look, also, look, you just really tell us the truth. We obviously have completely unhinged people.
Well, yeah. We can only do so much to hold them back. We have been trying. There's really not a lot. And I mean, this one, and I point to Kiona, I was like, this one hasn't even done, and this one's the wild card,
Yeah. She's just
she's
sitting there
crazy.
being quiet, so you know.
Yeah,
it's
you
going
think
on
she's
her heart.
quiet? Yeah, but all of a sudden you're gonna have, a knife between your whats and your nether regions, and you don't want that, right? So, and you're like, I'm inside of a boulder. How did she get a knife?
she found
I
it.
don't know. All right. So
Mhm. I've seen it.
Record.
information.
Petty thief and vandal.
The answers to the questions you don't want me asking. Give me those now. You get out of the boulder.
Look, if I knew where the kids were, I'd tell you, but only the boss knows. They're not going to just let anybody know where they're keeping political fugitives.
Okay. All
That's
right.
true.
Wow.
A
Okay.
cooler breeze
So no, stop the breeze.
No.
to
There's
help with the
breeze.
memory.
no, there's
No.
no breeze. Stop. No,
Oh,
don't do the
all right.
breeze.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Well,
Tim.
actually-
it was a nice
Hey,
breeze.
I have. You know what? We did have that meeting with his boss. We have that meeting with his boss tomorrow. We could just say we found him trying to sell us secrets. We tied him up, and we have him. And so if it doesn't work out, we'll just sell him out right now. He's sitting here right now. He can't do anything. I can make a little rock thing that goes across his mouth. No one will hear.
And then yeah, then it's not on us what happens to him, because I mean they'll obviously do something really bad to him, but that's not on us. That's on him. That's on his.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wanted to see how intimidate worked first, but I wanted to officially roll to intimidate him on that.
Okay. So when you intimidate an NPC into backing off or giving in, you're trying to like get him to
Give in and tell us where the kids are kept, because I think it seems weird, like, okay, maybe, but like at some point it's a small organization.
Mhm.
People talk.
Okay. Yeah, so since you got a full hit, a 10 or higher, there is a list of four reactions they can take and intimidate. Do you see that where that is, Justin?
Yeah, they try and run, they try and back down, but keep watch, they give in with a few stipulations, or they attack me but off balance.
Yeah. You get to pick one that they
I would
cannot
like them
choose.
to give in with a few stipulations.
So you get to pick one that they can't choose. The person chooses which one they do.
can't choose.
Hmm.
I will choose. They cannot.
Probably run
They
away.
can't. They can't react with anger. Like I'm gonna attack me in this situation. Like some of this doesn't really apply.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand that we could like extrapolate this into. So I'm gonna choose. He does not become aggressive.
Okay, yeah, because like obviously they can't run to escape
Attack
or get
me,
back up.
right.
They're tied up.
But so the way I read this was, instead of like they run or escape, they try and escape from the chair. The back down but keep watch is just kind of like shut down and be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And then they give in with a few stipulations, but then the aggressive one, it was kind of between like the silence or aggression, but I'm going to choose that they're not going to get aggressive.
Okay,
right now.
cool. Yeah. He's like, all right, fine. This is all I know. You're not. This is seriously it. This is all I've heard. There's a hush hush thing happening tomorrow. Apparently, a package is getting moved. But that's all I know. It's an important package. and that's all I've heard. It's getting moved. It's getting moved to where was it? Where was it? Was some noodle house. It was Gon's Noodle Shop. It's getting moved there. I know that some of the higher ups like to hang out there. That's it. That's all I know. Just let me out of here.
I'm pretty sure that's where our noodle shop meeting is tomorrow too.
Huh.
Well, would you look at that? The
All right.
tables have turned.
All right.
All right.
You understand that we have to leave you here until tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow? You're just gonna leave me? Can I...
No, we're not gonna hurt you. But the thing is I let you go, and you do seem like a nice guy. But I let you go, and you go run tell your boss, and the plans get changed, and it's not going to be at Gong's Noodle House, and blah 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 blah. And the thing is I can't have you doing that. That's not going to work for us or those kids. Yeah. And so what we're going to do is we have a water bender. We're going to give you a little bit of water. So we don't get dehydrated. It's going to be nice. You can have a little drink. And then I'm going to put a little cover over your mouth with the earth, and we're going to come back and get you in like 18 hours tomorrow during the day, before sunset.
Can I get like a sandwich or something?
Yeah, actually you can. Here, I reach into my bag and I pull out some like trail rations.
You're gonna have to feed it to me. I'm kind of tied up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I understand what's happening right here. I understand. There you go.
So while
here, child, take some of my lemba. Take these lemba bread.
While Song is feeding this guy, I want to pull Azuri aside. I want to use my leadership. I want to gain some team here.
Are you using a class move? Are you using a?
Yeah. So I want to be empathetic right now, and it says when you guide and comfort a companion and they open up to you, right? So I want to pull Azuri aside and say, hey man, what's going on? What you turning the heat up on that guy? I know it's about some kids, but we gotta what's going on? What's going on, man?
The whole reason I'm here is so that we can do better. And people like this, they don't deserve niceties and sandwiches.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. There's a lot of like anger, right?
Yeah,
I feel that same anger. No, I mean, I get it, man. I get it. It's let's just I'm just glad that you're mindful of it. It's good to be mindful of it. I don't know, it's like I want to do the same. I want to take, my big slingshot and just like right to their face, like point blank, like what the hell? This is about some kids. Why would you kidnap some kids? Like no kid deserves that, even if they are royalty. You were remind me, Zuri, were you like royalty or anything like that?
I had a good upbringing. My father held high ranks in the military, so yeah, we definitely.
But they were good to you at least.
Oh no, I have a lot of resentment against my father.
Lots of drama.
Classic drama.
As you can imagine, my father being from the Fire Nation, high-ranking military leader, wasn't exactly the most comfortable person to be around.
Right.
So maybe I have some of my anger and resentment from that.
Do you think maybe if you try to be like him, maybe he'll finally not be mean to you, you know? Even subconsciously. Sorry, was that too deep? Oops. That might have cut too deep. I'm sorry.
My goal is not to be like him. It's to be better.
Yes. That is the quest. Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you are being mindful of this. I don't feel like I need to challenge your principles right now. But DM, do you feel like or GM, do you feel like I have sufficiently gained one team?
Sure.
Sure.
It seemed like
Okay.
Uzuri was receptive to whatever you were doing right there. I'm sure that counted as whatever you were trying to make it count for.
Yeah, I think like Uzuri like kind of had conjured, like you could tell it was like he had gotten worked up and like fire was coming from his hands. He was ready to kind of blast the stone to like make it somewhat uncomfortable for the person. But through this conversation, kind of Zuri like relaxes and literally you can see the fire kind of just like
Nice.
goes out from his palms.
Very cool.
So with that one team, when we are in an encounter, I can either clear 2 fatigue, or I could give you a plus. I could give anyone a +1 on a roll after the roll.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah,
That's huge.
So the guy you have tied up, he's chowing down. Like, oh, that's pretty good. Where'd you get this from? I have to check that place
I made
out.
it myself.
You made it? Man, that's
Yeah.
Can I like? Who taught you? Where'd you get these tomatoes from?
Oh yeah, I grow them on vines that I've rooted into some of the cracks in my shack. There's a little bit of sunlight that comes in, gives it just the right amount. A little bit of water every now and then.
That's awesome. What about
Actually, they get enough water because my roof has a leak, so they get just the right amount of water from the leak. I really just kind of left it alone.
Man.
And the tomatoes started growing all by themselves. It was great. Anyway, but yeah, you're understanding, though, that, like, there's no real hard feelings. I just have to leave you here for my sake, right? I'm going to come get you.
Are we? Are we gonna remember? Like, I want to come get him, but I'm also like really worried that we're just gonna like forget about him.
All right. Well, what if we like? What
We
if
could
I
turn him into the cops.
Yeah,
that is true.
Although the anti-corruption task force is kind of corrupt, we learned that.
Yeah, they might beat him up unless we could like find like a clean cop, you know.
No. All right. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. You're coming. No, you're staying here. We're gonna come get him. All right. We're coming to get him, and that's that.
Maybe we can put him in like a dome type structure.
Yeah, so we can move around.
Yeah, and give him like a little bucket, you know.
As long as there's holes in the top. I once had a pet frog, and I forgot.
No, because then he's gonna scream. He's gonna scream, and
How's he gonna breathe?
we're just gonna leave him in the chair, which was.
Well, there should be enough air in there.
For a
There
day?
should be enough for.
No, we're just gonna leave him in the chair. It's the simplest. He's already in the chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm pointing the wrong way because I'm blind. He's in the chair.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna correct you. I'm not gonna correct him here. Like.
All right. Well, you guys, I'm guessing, just kind of walk away. You're to formulate a plan elsewhere. Right?
Yeah.
Where are you guys headed to?
Well, it sounds like we need to. I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
Where are you guys headed to at the moment? It's like kind of like you have the meeting scheduled at the Noodle House with Hana and Lei Fang tomorrow afternoon. You know that's happening. You know that there is a delivery scheduled there for about the same time. like a package being moved. But it's still like the evening night before. So you have some time to plan, maybe like visit a couple other people, do some other stuff. Like what are you guys trying to accomplish in the next few hours?
We
Scope the
Oh.
place out.
the noodle house.
Yeah.
We can scope the noodle house out. We do need dinner.
Mm.
After that, we should probably go to the diplomats. Let them know the deal. See if they've learned anything new.
Seems fair.
Have we been followed at all?
Oh yeah, I did want to talk to you about that. Are we being followed, by the way?
Not that you know of. So you guys are going to the noodle?
I did want to consider the possibility that we're the package that's getting moved from the noodle house. That this is a double cross, and they're going to kidnap us, and possibly.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean it's like if I was evil, it's something I'd do.
But
You guys are lucky I'm one of the good guys.
But wasn't
I mean-
that already happening before we set up the meeting?
No, like kidnap us, like me and you, and
Right.
and I point the wrong direction, and Kiona
And Kiona, Zuri.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and Azuri also the wrong direction.
So it sounds like we've got two suggestions floated. Go to the noodle house for dinner and recon, or go to the Ton and the firebenders to give them an update and see if they've figured anything else out. Sapa, you have
I was about to say, I think we should do both because I think, honestly, me and Justin should probably split off in case we are being followed and go to the noodle house early and maybe like recon, and then the rest of the party, although I hate splitting the party. So,
I mean, like I think there's plenty of time to do both. It's just kind of which one do you want to do first?
Let's go to the noodle house. It's time for dinner.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
hungry.
Kiona's hungry.
It's a lot of effort when you have to carry a body.
Yep.
I feel like in that moment, when Sapa started suggesting that we like split and like you guys go and like we go to the noodle house, Kiona was just like no, and like hit him on the shoulder or something. Like I want food. Like
No, I'm hungry.
yeah, like I'm going to get noodles. All right, shit. Sorry, my bad. Like let's go.
Yeah. You guys. Kiona.
On the way to the noodle house, I'm gonna confide in you guys that I'm feeling afraid, and I'm pretty fatigued.
Oh. I can I pat Kiona on the back and then do a cool breeze on her face and be like, "Hey, does this feel good? How's this?"
Are you trying to guide and comfort me?
Well, yeah, I do a little bit. I do like a nice cooling breeze, and I'm just like, is it from the battle earlier? Is that why you're tired?
Sure is.
Oh, it's okay.
That was a lot. I'm scared maybe this isn't the right life for me.
What? You do this kind of criminal stuff all the time, right, Kiona?
I've never kidnapped someone before.
Well, what kind of crime do you usually do?
I like trespassing, some nice graffiti,
Okay.
a little bit of petty theft.
Well, yeah.
Mhm.
Nothing that's gonna harm anyone.
Petty
Maybe a little
theft
light
is-
arson from time to time if no one's definitely no one's in the building.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well,
Just a little trash can fire. That's no crime.
Yeah, just a little trash can fire. Setting a couch on fire.
That's because that's uncontrolled.
I
Safety
can relate to
first.
that. If you need any tips lighting things on fire.
No,
Oh, we'll absolutely come to you. Yes.
Yeah.
no one's lighting
Okay.
anything on fire.
So when I try to guide and comfort with another person, I roll with harmony. So
Mhm.
and then we're just gonna see if I hit, right?
Yep.
So is that okay if I do that, Dalton?
Sure.
Cool. That's a hit. Let's see
Nice.
here. So you get to choose one because I didn't roll a 10. Unless somebody wants to help me.
Mm.
It takes a fatigue, but
Person
Wait.
who can provide a +1 boost.
Yeah, there you go. Take it.
All
There
right.
you go. After the roll, you get a 10. Congrats.
So you if you embrace my guidance and comfort, you may also shift your balance, Kiona.
Great.
You get to
I'm-
clear a condition or 2 fatigue, and you may ask one question they must answer honestly. You okay with that?
Yeah.
All right. I think my question
So,
was, what kind of crime
Ashley,
do you usually
Spencer.
do?
Ashley
Yeah.
chooses which of those two.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was hoping
They
the question would
choose
be-
one. I will embrace the guidance and comfort, and I will clear my afraid condition.
Oh, nice.
And you may ask one question that I will answer honestly.
Yeah, I think it was just the crime. What kind of crime you usually commit? That was my question.
Sounds good. And then I was able to. I was at a -2/+2 towards survival. Did you want to shift my balance?
Yeah. Back towards center.
Great, thank you.
Yes.
And
Very
then, hey,
cool.
for all the folks watching at home, I just wanted to clarify what I did with the pillar there. When I had my little chat with Uzuri, I gained +1 team, and in that moment when Spencer, I was able to spend the team that I gained to give a +1 to a roll. So now I'm at 0. But
Thank
yeah,
you, Dan.
that
I-
is what happened.
Cool.
Yeah, and just to follow up, as you're following along with us as we're playing, the reason why all of this, we wanted to get that 10, and we kind of, reminded Dan that he had the +1, was so that he could get pushed into that 10. And the way that this game works is usually on like a 7 to 9, you get like a pretty good effect, and then on a 10+, you get a really good effect. So that's always really helpful. And Spencer chose this guide and comfort action to help Ashley's character clear her, basically heal, for kind of like a lack of better words. If you're not really, since we're not super familiar with like talking about things like balance and conditions just yet, as we're all still learning, these are like healing actions that you can take in game to kind of help your character, get rid of things like fatigue, which you need to basically do anything. And then balance can kind of affect your character in very strange ways at weird times. So it's not relevant all the time, but it can become incredibly important when kind of things are on the line, which is interesting. And then conditions kind of are debuffs. You can think of them like that. There's positive status and negative status stuff too. So yeah. Anyway, so back to the
technically, reading back, it looks like when the conversation with Christian, I was trying to guide and comfort. I was supposed to roll for that. So
Learning. Don't worry about it.
we're learning too. But
Anyway.
yeah,
Whole new system.
Yeah, just wanted to follow up with trying to make sure that we're helping our audience learn to play the game, and not just I feel like we really been enjoying it, and we were a little rules light up until this point. But yes, Dalton, sorry, back to you, sir.
Oh, yeah. You guys had your little aside as you were walking across the city to the noodle shop. Let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you.
Yes.
Or that's not a command.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, song. While that's happening, you heard some rock crumbling behind you, and you look back, right? You look back at the chair, and you see it's crumbled, and the guy's gone. It turns out he was an earthbender the whole time, and just kind of earthbended his way out of the chair.
Oh,
Oh,
that's great.
close. Well,
Oh wow.
Well, all right. You know what? Honestly, we're looking back. We're looking back. Wait.
He could have gotten loose the whole time.
I walk away a few steps, and I notice people are following me, and I turn around and go, "What happened?"
He escaped.
Oh.
The dude.
Wait, how?
I think he was an Earthbender too. I
Oh,
should remember
interesting.
that. We did fight him.
Oh, I wasn't there for that. I don't think.
No.
Or was I? Oh.
It was just
I didn't
me,
know that.
Kiona, and Missouri.
Well, okay. Hey, you know, we gave him snacks, and we didn't kill him. And we were pretty nice to him.
No, he's definitely going to report us.
Yeah.
He's probably going to report us. He's probably going to report us.
He's absolutely going to report us. We should probably either A, go hunt down, or B, rethink our strategy.
Oh, well, maybe he doesn't know that we know that he left. So now that we know that he knows, wait. We can alter our plans, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How do we track him down? How do we?
Oh, wait a second. I could probably feel in the earth that there's like minor depressions from his footprints.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. GM, what are the limits of my earth bending?
If it's like leaving depressions,
isn't good that the game's like, oh, just use your creativity. It's like, don't do that with me.
If you're like trying to sense like depressions, that means like it's like sandy or like gravelly, and like we know in universe that like it's hard to sense vibrations in like sand and stuff.
No, I'm talking about like straight up actual. We're in sandy soil right now.
Well, like if a person stepping right would leave a mark in the ground, it'd be like sandy, dusty. Like you wouldn't
canonically
soil
did it through vibrations, not depressions.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's she steps and like it's like like echolocation, but through rocks.
I do have seismic step.
And he is blind.
That was the first thing I took because I had to lose my tragic event. For those of you who are just tuning in, earlier I saved a child in our origin story. I saved a child and it hit me in the head, and that damaged the nerves in my face, and now I can't see anymore.
So what I get, I don't think that your daredevil powers are high res enough.
Fair enough. All right. So nope, I can't follow her. So he's gone. We should probably run.
I'm pretty sure he's gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should cut our losses and just try to.
Didn't one of us have like a hawk or something that could fly?
Oh, Kiki could probably follow him. No, I have Kiki. Kiki's my parrot iguana. Yeah.
Yes.
Go get him. Follow him, and then let me know what happened in our special language. Click.
So what direction are you sending Kiki?
So the direction, I would send it back toward the chair, and then from there, I don't know. Can Kiki smell? How good is this? How good? What allergy like?
So I mean, like, what direction did you send her again? Just like
back toward the chair, and then like we didn't see what direction he ran off.
Yeah,
he might just be hiding in a bush.
Maybe. So you're just having Kiki sending the bird back to where the chair is and having the bird look and see if the bird sees anything?
Yeah, like search. Yeah, use your animal senses. Go, my beast child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does so. And the bird looks like it kind of like flies, perches down on the chair, and you kind of see it like flit its head around and look and stuff. And it does not appear to have noticed anything and flies back to you.
May I use one of my background moves, my best friend, and I would like to push my luck in this situation. Risky situation. No, it's not really risky, so never mind.
I I think
really
an argument can be made that if this guy gets away, there is significant risk to us.
Yeah, like the whole plan fails.
I would say
I'll let Dalton call it.
yeah.
I defer to the referee.
So, what exactly, like, when you're saying you're pushing your luck?
I know exactly. I'm not exactly sure what that would look like in this situation, which is why I'm not sure if it's even applicable.
Yeah.
Which is why I wanted to check with you if this is something that we could do here.
Yeah, I guess, like, what are you, like, trying to accomplish? What would you be trying to accomplish, and what would be the downsides?
Okay,
if you
maybe
fail?
he's just okay. So in an effort to just try and find the guy, Kiki is just flying through the forest as fast as she can.
Mm-hmm. And like,
And
what
she
kind
could do
of
circles?
what kind of
aggressively
downsides would there be on a failure? Like, if this were to fail, like, what kind of downsides
Oh, she
are
slams
there?
into a tree, and I can't use her for a little while.
Okay. Sure.
How's that?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, it's dark. She slams into a tree, and I can't use her for a little while. Alrighty, creativity. Oh,
Nice.
that's a 10. Wow,
Yeah.
cool. I was worried I was gonna be Momo-less.
Yeah. Kiki manages to get a sight on the guy, and realizes that he's not running back to the lumberyard. You're not really sure where he's running off to.
Huh.
Should we
Okay.
follow him?
yeah.
Well, I mean, guys, there's only so much. If he's not going back toward the lumberyard, he might just be running away.
Probably run into the noodle shop.
Well, we're going to the noodle shop anyway, so let's just go there.
Is it the same direction or a different direction from the noodle shop?
Different directions.
I mean, I think he's just running away, man. I think he just wants. He's like, I'm done with this gang life. I'm not about that smoke. I'm out.
I got shook down. I just want to make enough
Or
money
like-
to put bread on the table.
Whatever the Avatar equivalent of that expression is. I do not want to be a gang member anymore. All I want to do is sell cabbages.
Okay, all right. Let's just go to the noodle shop. Let's just go to the noodle shop.
I mean, if he was running back to the lumberyard, yeah, we can make the argument, but like he's just.
No, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Just go to the noodle shop.
Noodle shop.
I'm like holding back like all of the. This guy's obviously gonna like go tell like all the I know better in my brain, you know.
I think he's fine.
See here. Let me do a little bit quick read.
While you're doing that quick read, maybe we could have some side conversations. Kiona,
Yes.
you so petty theft and stuff, right? What's been your favorite crime you've done so far?
Well,
Favorite.
have you met Buffy?
Oh, your yak? Your buffalo yak?
Yep.
Yeah.
I stole Buffy from the Northern Water Tribe military.
What? Well,
Nice.
she obviously likes you more than them.
Oh yeah, for sure. She's my buddy. It's definitely the best one.
How did you pull it off? Did you just like sneak in there like all like under the cover of night or something?
Well, you see, I was still with the military at the time, and I was like, I gotta get out.
Yeah.
So I snuck out of the barracks at night when we were all supposed to be asleep, shimmied my way past the night guard out to the stable, went down to Buffy, got her all saddled up, and we rode off into the night together.
Is the military still after you?
Probably. This was only like 6 months ago, so yeah.
Oh, that's
Probably.
recent.
Yeah. Don't know how much they care about just one defector, though.
All right. Well, you guys make it to the noodle shop. And like you had to kind of like ask around about it because like you hadn't heard of this place before. and you had to kind of like ask around about Gon's Noodle Shop a little bit, and like people kind of seem surprised when you're asking about it. Like most people didn't know what you're talking about. It took a while to find someone who did, and they were a little like taken aback that you were asking about it. And kind of when you get there, you kind of see why. The outside is pretty unremarkable, with a single grimy window cut into the stone facing, with kind of like a cloth drape in place of an actual door in the front of it. And you kind of like pull the drape across, and there's nobody here except for a single woman who you can kind of guess is gone behind a counter.
I walk in and I say, "Hey, do the noodles taste better than this place looks?"
Your water tribe hubris.
Oof.
Sure, what Kiona means is that we would love to sample some of your finest noodles, madam.
I mean,
Both for each of us.
I'll serve anybody who's willing to pay. Don't worry. And she kind of heads. She kind of like turns around and goes to her little station and starts boiling noodles and stuff.
I vegetable stock, please, not beef stock.
You'll get what I give you.
As spicy as
Yeah.
you can make it, please.
No, we're getting what we get, guys. Little huddle.
No,
huddle,
but at
huddle.
least the spice.
Everybody come to me because I can't see you.
I mean, she's got to have some like pepper flakes or something that we can throw in Yuzuri's noodles.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Hey.
not too much for requests.
What's up, Saw?
This noodles house sounds real quiet. Is there
Yeah,
nobody
we're
in
the-
here?
Yeah, we're the only
It's
ones
just
in here.
us.
Is it gross in here?
It's
It's
very
kind
It
of
smells a little musty.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, we're definitely in a front.
Shh, she might be able to hear you.
Yeah, maybe. She might have already let people know that we're here.
She's
Mhm.
cooking.
Mhm.
Or
Yeah, we're
you
not supposed to be here.
I just don't want anything to happen to my food.
We're gonna nope. The food is it's the last thing you have to worry about. There's just a
I'm
big
worried about
pot
the
of-
food. I'm
If-
hungry.
what if
big
we-
pot of there's a pot of stock in the back. She's boiling the noodles. That's what we're gonna get. It's whatever it is. They don't care if you eat the food here
I
or not.
mean,
There's just technically edible food here. Okay.
you should be worried about it if she poisons
I grew
it.
up around crap. She didn't poison it. They can't poison it. They have to serve it to all the customers. They start having dead
She doesn't-
customers.
What customers?
Look, you guys are bad at crime. Listen, I'm good at it. I grew up around it.
Kiona's the best
You
criminal
saw my
around.
neighborhood. It's very bad.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Just eat the
Look,
food
just
and
eat
get
the
out.
noodles, and
Eat
we'll
the
eat.
noodles,
Yes, thank
say
you.
it's the best noodles ever, and get out.
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
what kind of stock they're using, so I'm not sure if I'm
Guys,
gonna
you
eat.
should-
Oh,
I'm gonna dump the noodles on you. I'm gonna dump the noodles on you.
just eat the fucking noodles. Just eat them. Okay.
Listen to Sapa.
Um,
Listen to Sapa, or you're gonna blare the noodles.
she comes back with a tray. Ting and she's kind of like kind of quiet about it, but
Yeah.
Ting, yours is like a noodle soup and it smells like mushroom.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Sapa, Song, Kiona, yours it does smell distinctly different. And Uzuri's, your plate is dry noodles, but she comes with like a little like gravy thing of like hot spicy chili oil that she pours over your noodles and kind of like tosses. And then walks
Like
back
that.
to behind her counter.
I take a bite, and how does it taste?
Oh, it tastes great.
Same.
I scream out, "Yum! These are just like my mom's noodles."
Aw.
I eat the noodles and I say the noodles do taste better than this place looks. Excellent job, Gon.
Okay, that's a compliment, I say with my mouth full of noodles.
Song has excellent table manners. And is just staring toward what he believes is the center of the table,
Mm-hmm.
because it's where all the voices are.
Yeah.
Just not eating. Just inside.
How
Let me begin.
is she enjoying the Bowser? Is she is she does not care? Is she stoic? Like what's the lady's reaction?
Kind of like quiet pride, well, I'll say.
Like
Yeah.
yes, like okay. We appreciate that. Okay. Okay. Um I think we should just eat the noodles and get out of here.
We should talk to her.
Hey, pay, Sapa,
What?
take note of where the exits are,
Mhm.
because I can't see them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I don't let my blindness limit me in any way. I know. People forget. It's okay, but I can't see them.
I ask the lady if she has a bathroom.
Ooh, smart.
Sure. Yeah. I have a bathroom.
May I please use it?
Sure.
Where
I
is
asked.
it?
She gestures to the bathroom.
I believe Boston Say has a network of aqueducts.
I mean, they have
So,
plumbing, don't they?
yeah, you have it's like Roman style plumbing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like a hole in the ground, but it's better than.
It's a hole in the ground where there's like a trickle of water that runs through to whatever, but
Yeah,
plumbing.
yeah, yeah.
Saba should probably try to take a peek around as he goes to the bathroom.
That's what I'm going to do.
I would like to chat with Gon to keep her distracted while he does that. So I'm going to ask her how she got into the noodle business.
He's like, I've been doing this longer than you've been alive, miss.
I've been noodling longer than you've been alive.
It shows. It tastes amazing. It shows that you are clearly an expert in your craft.
Mm-hmm.
Who taught you?
This is intuition. This is just sheer talent, sheer noodle talent.
Oh, you don't know the story of Noodles McGee, the greatest noodler in all the land.
Noodles McGee.
Whoever noodled.
Yeah.
It was the best noodler of all the noodlers who noodled.
I remember he could cook 3 pots on one fire.
I'm surprised that your business isn't busier. Your noodles are delicious. Is it just not the rush right now?
No, ever since that task force came around, they've been cracking down and hurt business a little bit.
Oh.
Really? What happened?
Well, people are just
Customer base.
people just don't want to go out as much anymore. I mean, you're out past any reasonable hour of the day, you might get accosted. So people are keeping to themselves.
Man, have you considered takeout or even delivery?
I'm just one lady. I can't leave the shop.
Well, takeout might be if you could just offer takeout for people to come pick it up and take it with them. That might be a great way to bolster business without having to have people in your shop.
Yeah, there's taxes that go with that. I don't know if I can afford those.
What if we just I've heard of these things in some other cities where they just kind of push little carts around to get around the city. What if we establish kind of like a track in the noodle shop here, and you just serve food and you send it on the track to each table with whoever's food needs it, like a I don't know, a belt of some sort.
I'm no earthbender. I can't.
Oh,
It's true.
Has this been enough time for Sapa?
Probably. What was Sapa doing? Like, he went to the bathroom.
Yeah, so I just kind of wanted to poke my head around, right? Are there other doors? Are there other, where's the bathroom?
I mean the bathroom is kind of like available, like can be seen from the main area. It does seem like there's another like hallway with a drape over it that kind of like goes deeper into the building, and like from outside that it goes further back. You're not really entirely sure what's back there, but it's very likely that it's just where Gon lives. Like this is just
I want to kind of like walk back there.
Yeah. I don't think this needs a roll for anything.
Do I
Like,
need to
she's
sneak?
distracted. You can walk back there. Yeah. You kind of like you look over your shoulder, see that Gon's distracted, and you kind of like slide past the drape without trying to like agitate it too much, and kind of like sneak back behind the thing.
What do I see?
You see like a couple rooms off to the side. Like one has like a bedroom, one's got like a little desk, probably like counting money and stuff. But you see what kind of looks like a big stone door that doesn't have like an obvious handle on it anywhere, but it's got a little like.
So we need an earthbender.
I mean, earthbender. I mean, it's got like at places where it's got like a little slide. You slide it open and you kind of like look through the door.
Oh, it's like got like a peephole that
Yeah,
you
like a
pull back
peephole.
and forth.
This is a speakeasy.
Well,
Kind of.
yeah.
It's a front for something.
I told you guys it was a front. That was like the first thing I said when we came in.
Yeah, but we have proof now.
Well,
All right.
didn't
I mean,
believe
true.
song until this
You
moment.
do.
I don't want to knock on it yet. Or should I?
You're a pretty good
I
liar.
don't know.
I knock.
Yeah, you knock on kind of like the stone door, and like the thing slides open, and is password.
Bathroom.
I did not.
Bathroom.
You just say password back.
I said bathroom.
Oh, bathroom. Wrong door, buddy. And he kind of shuts it.
Okay. Did the guy from the other time didn't give us a password, did
No.
he? Okay.
He doesn't trust us that much.
Well, wow. Why didn't the dude give us the one dude give us the password? The dude that we kidnapped. Why did he give us the password? Like, come on. Okay. All right. I'd go back. I'm
sorry, was the question why was the guy that we kidnapped less accommodating?
Yeah, okay, that's true. Do I have to flush a toilet or something? Like, what kind of sounds should I make in the bathroom to indicate that I've been like? There's not a toilet, right? Should I like drop something? Like.
I don't think you need to do anything like that.
Don't worry about that.
I think we're fine.
I'm wondering what the of that are, and for okay, never mind. We're moving on. Yeah, so I come back to the table, and we probably have to pay for our noodles, right? Do we have money?
Yeah, you guys have.
I don't.
You guys have enough money to pay. It's fine.
Are we all done with our food? I think we should get out of here.
Yeah. Is there any way I can get a recipe? Or like I can work for
She
food.
is not going to share her recipe with you.
Did she
What?
make yours super spicy?
It let's just say it lived up to my standards. And I am surprised given that we are not in the fire. Nation.
She gives you the name of her chili dealer, like where she gets her chili flake.
Ooh. So you get special chili flakes. That's the secret, huh?
Yeah. It's a Fire Nation name when she says it, so you think it might be like some like importer, like trader from the Fire Nation.
Ziri like makes a note of that, and I'll remember that next time I'm back home. I'll make sure to tell them that you referred.
Yeah. Well, if anything else here at the noodle shop, are you guys gonna try and leave without causing any more of a disturbance?
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm all set.
Okay. Cool. I think with that, we're going to take a little bit of a break and then be back in a few minutes. And I think next you guys were planning on rendezvousing with Tan and the firebenders who were looking for the children and kind of giving them an update and seeing if they've heard anything.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. We'll be right back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us.
See you soon.
Hello, everybody. We're back. We're ready to keep going and keep on this adventure. We have staked out a noodle shop where some surreptitious dealings may or may not be going on tomorrow and or in the back. Our party thinks is probably like 1 or 2 steps closer to maybe finding these kids and saving them, but they're gonna report back to Tan and his firebenders and kind of give them an update on what they found out, see if Tan's found anything out in preparation for their meeting tomorrow. Sounds like you guys are probably going straight there. You know that they've been working out of Lowtown Laundry, so that's probably where they're all at. If anybody has anything they want to do kind of on the way, they're more than welcome to speak up. But if not, we can just kind of cut right there. Okay, cool. So we kind of cut to Lowtown Laundry, which is, give it a little description. It's one of the largest washing facilities in the lower ring. You can kind of think of it like a combination, like laundromat, like group bath kind of thing, like bathhouse type situation. Like you can buy like whatever, you can like buy whatever soaps and stuff here, and then you go into the bath or the laundromat and clean yourself up. Like you can drop off laundry if you really want to, but really only like upper ring, like rich people have the money to kind of like have them do the cleaning for them. But plenty of people come and go through here. Good place to like kind of listen in, get some gossip. The firebenders kind of chose this because of its like central location, but they also kind of like knew that maybe the proprietor would be kind of privy to some information. They maybe like put some pressure on Hop, who owns the laundry, since they kind of like see everybody. Everybody comes and goes through here, given its like central location and kind of like big proprietorship. Not everybody has baths or the capacity to do this kind of like washing on their own, so they come to this place. You get here, this is where Tom and the firebenders are set up, so you kind of look around for them and you find them.
I feel like Zuri should take the lead here, and I kind of nudge him towards the firebenders.
I'm not sure if I recognize Zuri. Do you recognize any of these guys?
You met them before.
Yeah, sorry. So
all of you
those
have.
were we did when we initially talked with what's his face, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys have all met Tan before. He was the one who kind of told you about the crime scene
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The Firebender guard.
Ton's like her head of the guard.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we had like FaceTime with with Ambassador Chin. Quinn?
I mean, I read it as Quinn, but given that it's an Asian name, it could very well be pronounced
I had
Chen
a friend.
or
I had
Twin.
a friend in high school whose last name was spelled Qiao, and that was Chow.
Yeah,
Okay.
when
Dropped it wrong.
I think Chinese is Romanized, if that's the right word. They use Q for like a shui noise.
Q. It's more of like I took Chinese for a few years. The like the XI is more of like what you were suggesting.
Gotcha.
So Dan, having taken Chinese formally,
Yeah.
Quinn Chin.
What's the
that?
spelling?
It's
Q-U-I-N.
Q-U-I-N.
Q-U-I-N. Twin would technically be
Twin. Okay.
What is it?
like twin.
Cool.
Cool. Ambassador Twin. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Yep, I'm getting.
And if we do have anybody who speaks better Chinese than us, please feel free to post in the comments and let us know
Correct.
if we're butchering that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel
It is
free.
quite possible.
Yeah, and we're sorry.
Yes.
But anyway, so boom. Yeah, this guy's the captain of the guard. We've had FaceTime with the ambassador. And yeah. So let's go tell them what's going on, and maybe they have like more resources so they can kind of like prepare for the double cross.
Yeah. I actually had this written down in my allies section. I forgot.
Yeah,
What do you have?
Ton he notices you kind of like walk in and see, and he's like, "Oh, hello. Have you managed to figure anything out? Things have been pretty slow on our end."
Oh, well, that's not what we wanted to hear from you, but yeah, we made a lot of progress.
Unfortunately, yeah, I understand. Unfortunately, we can't do too much given we are foreigners
the diplomatic
here.
visibility. Yeah, understood. Hey, so anyway, there's a yard, a lumber yard on the outside of town, just past the outer belt, and that's where the what are they? The fanged mercenaries.
Mercenaries.
Right. That's the fanged mercenaries, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's where the fanged mercenaries hang out. They're definitely into some super seedy stuff. So maybe you can do like diplomatic favors and tip off the correct authorities about what's going on with those guys over there and their base of operations. Call it an anonymous tip for improved diplomatic relations.
Well, hold on. We don't want to do that yet because we have a meeting.
No. I mean, like in general. We have a meeting with them tomorrow. I'm getting that. We have a meeting tomorrow to see if we have a meeting scheduled with them, and they're supposed to show up at this like noodle house that's also a speakeasy called Yang's Noodle House.
Gone.
Right? Gong's Noodle House. And so from there, we are going to see if we can't rescue the kids that are being kept at the labor yard, although they might be getting moved. They might be being held at the noodle house itself, or getting delivered to the noodle house. Anyway, we should have like a lot of eyes on the noodle house, and then send a separate task force to the lumber yard to rescue the kids. But we're like 4 people, so.
Well, there's also 5 people. There's also a package delivery going on at the Noodle House at approximately the same time that our meeting is at. And I am a little suspicious that those may be the children.
Yeah. Or they're planning on knocking us out and then taking us hostage, and then
And we are the package. That's also possible.
and we are the package.
What time is this meeting?
Noon.
Have you been to the Noodle House? Do you think there might be some place we could hide some people around, keep an eye on it stealthily?
Around? Yes. The thing is there's a speakeasy under, and we didn't get a chance to explore that, so we're not sure where that leads out to. So they might get around. We didn't have enough time in the meetings tomorrow, so we didn't. We just found out about it. So people might get away anyway. We need to just be more focused on the kids. So we'll have to keep an eye on the entrance and then see if there aren't, the tunnels can't go too far, I wouldn't imagine.
Okay.
But then there's earthbenders, so there might be like a ring in the wall, and they'll just kind of like walk through half of Bossing, saying pop up somewhere else.
Okay. Well, we can definitely have my men stationed around. Do you want us to just kind of like keep an eye out while you guys are going in for whatever meeting you have planned, or do we want to do a sting, like us run in, or what? How do you think this should go down?
Yeah, in case those kids are being kept there, their leader will be out. So if you have good tactics and can hit fast enough and you have enough men, you might be able to stage a rescue there. Or if you think it'd be easier for your team, for you and the Fire Nation at large to just kind of be conveniently in the area in case a fight breaks out here, you can do that, and then you have plausible deniability, geopolitically speaking.
I'd rather us not get directly violently involved if possible. Do you have some way
but if
you
you're
could
in
maybe...
the area and things get dangerous, you're going to have to react, right?
Yeah. Like, do you think you have some way you could maybe signal us to run in, or maybe get us some information if you find anything out?
Yeah.
You can send some fire into the sky.
That's maybe something a little more subtle. Actually, you know what?
There's a fire.
We'll keep a candle on the table, and you can light it. How about that?
Exciting.
It's not as exciting, but it's a lot more subtle.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll make sure to have someone have eyes on this candle, and we'll signal out, and if it's lit, we'll rush in and surround the place.
Great. So, all right. So Sapa, it'll be me and Uzuri, and you can take Ting and Kiona and try and rescue the kids at the building. You guys will be good for sneaking around.
Shouldn't you and I go to the meeting?
Yeah, damn it. Okay, new signal. Okay, hey, new signal.
Or we could just bring Azuri with us.
Or we could bring Azuri with us.
I'd just say he's our muscle.
And Ting and Kiona are going to rescue the kid.
Where the kids are at.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I feel like if things go south, though, we kind of need to have 3 people in case we get into a big fight, you know?
Okay.
Whereas I feel like you guys could sneak around and possibly like get away if you do get into danger.
I wish we could find Meng Yao. She'd be great at getting in there and rescuing the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, we could look for her. We haven't really tried.
We've been
We don't have a lot
focusing
of
on the
time.
kids.
Is it the day? What time is it? Are we getting close to the? Is it the day before?
We're
thought
still
it
in the
was
day
morning at this
before.
point.
It's
Oh, we're
pretty
still in the day
late in the
before.
evening.
Yeah, we're making plans with Tan.
It's probably like 10 or 11 at night.
Hey, I got an idea.
Well,
Zuri,
Kiona,
come with me to my old place. How far are we from that?
I mean, probably an hour or so.
All right, we're gonna have a late night, guys.
We are,
Zuri, I need you to come with me. Yeah.
but I'm already tired.
Let's have a sandwich.
It's okay, Ting. I am too. All right.
So hour passed, right? We get there, no incidents.
Yeah. Tom, before you leave, Tom's like, do you need me to come or should I stay here and get ready?
Oh, yeah, no, just prep your men. Let the ambassador know what's going on. Maybe she has other people she knows, and can do stuff. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be using my here's the plan feature while we're doing all of this.
Okay. Yeah. Ton, he says, okay, we'll be ready. And you guys kind of make your way smoothly to Song, to your hideout.
I'm gonna roll creativity to use my feature now, please.
Oh,
Nope.
I'll propose
Oh,
that we intercept the package while Dan and Justin are in the meeting. Sapa and Song.
Oh, interesting. I still hold one, like, kind of change the scene action, but something goes wrong. So it's like a wild card. It's like, yeah, we do get out of the current situation, but we find ourselves in a new situation.
This is like a playbook thing.
Yeah, it's the feature is called, or the move is called Here's the Plan. Let's see, can I click on it and share it with the, well, all right, well, I'll just, boop. Here, I'll share it in the chat. There we go, bam, there's the feature. When you commit to a plan you've proposed to the group, roll creativity, take a -1 for each of your companions who isn't on board. On a 10+, hold 2, 7 to 9, hold 1. You can spend a hold 1 for 1 while the plan is being carried out to overcome or evade an obstacle. Create an advantage or neutralize a danger. If any of your companions abandon you while the plan is underway, you must mark a condition. On a miss, hold 1, but the plan goes awry when you encounter surprising opposition.
Okay, so you still are holding one.
Or like the plan is inherently doomed, but we still have the token to change things for the better.
Yeah, basically, like, I have free reign to make it go wrong in some way that you're not expecting, but you still have one to kind of help out. And how do you explain the plan to everybody? What is the plan?
This is the plan. This is the plan. Like, we're gonna be there with Uzuri. Ting and Kiona are going to try and rescue the kids.
Well, my input is that we try to intercept the package, which may be the kids.
Okay, they're going to try and intercept the package.
Yeah.
Because we don't know where the kids are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so Ting, Kiona, you guys are going to be kind of outside, keeping an eye out for what may or may not be a child-sized box being taken to the back of Gon's Doodle house.
Yeah. How big are these kids?
Oh no, that's cool. Yeah, they're watching the back, and like the soldiers are just kind of shopping in the area, walking around the general facility, and we're gonna be inside.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not good at deceiving, but I'm worse at deceiving than I am at sneaking around and looking for stuff. So.
Yeah. And then inside at the meeting is Sapa, Song, and Uzuri.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else while we're here, or is everybody gonna take a good night's sleep before?
I'm getting a good night's sleep. My belly's full of mushroom noodles, and I'm feeling great.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Is guide and comfort the only way to clear conditions? Or fatigue, I mean?
I'm trying to, I was gonna look
Actually,
up if if
sleeping
sleeping clears
helps.
fatigue.
It does.
Yeah, I was trying to look up if I got to. Was that part of growth where you can clear fatigue? Or does that happen at the end of sessions at all? So I was trying to look that up.
I'm gonna need you guys to roll for me until further notice.
On
All right, I got you,
okay,
Dan.
because you have your
I
kitty. Page
I'm a
101,
little
by the way.
preoccupied.
Fatigue.
Yeah.
So there's sleeping rough, a nice rest in a covered stable or barn, a night's rest in a comfortable space, and a
Say hi,
week's rest
baby.
pretty much anywhere. Um, all those clear different fatigues. The sleeping rough, like on the ground with rocks, clears 2 fatigue. In a night's rest in a covered stable or barn is 3. A night's rest in comfortable space is 4, and a week's rest clears 5.
I'm gonna give you the 3 because like Song, you don't live in like the nicest place, right? Like you mentioned that it's kind of like a rundown.
Yeah, I'm super poor.
Yeah. So we'll say that this is a equivalent to a night's rest in a covered stable or barn, except we'll say one person. We'll say Song has enough like has a nice like.
No, there's a crash pad because Ming-Yao stays there all the time.
Oh,
There's
that's
like
true.
2 beds in there.
That's true. So like 2
It's like-
people.
It's like modest. It's really modest. Like it's just kind of
Mhm.
you know clay bricks put together, and a thatched roof that does have a hole in it over in the back.
Mhm.
But there's like 2 beds on either side. It's kind of like it's like a dorm room.
Yeah.
It's like a college dorm room.
Okay, cool. So we'll say you guys can do the clear 4 fatigue thing then. For everybody
Nice.
who's resting here. Song, you do notice like when you were pointing it out and like showing people around, your tomato plants are gone.
Oh fuckers!
He liked the sandwich that
What?
much? No.
Oh my god, that answers the mystery of where he.
That was unexpected.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm sorry, Song.
That's okay.
I mean,
I bet. No, it's okay. If people, I've been gone for a little while and people don't have a lot. So if people were hungry, I'm glad they got to eat them.
Well, if
Aw.
I see that guy again, I have a move called "It Doesn't Belong to You," and when I secretly
make
pocket
him
someone
throw up the potatoes.
something owned by someone undeserving, roll with harmony, and if
Yeah.
and if I hit, I get to like steal it.
I want that.
yeah, you steal the throw up potatoes.
Ashley, to answer your other question, so you can clear fatigue by resting, like how Spencer described in clearing amounts
Right.
of fatigue and various things. There's also various ways to clear conditions aside from guide and comfort. Each condition has a way to clear it by your character doing something. So like if
Mhm.
you're afraid, you can clear it by running away from danger or difficulty. If you're angry, you can clear angry by breaking something important or lashing out at a friend. If you're guilty, you can make a personal sacrifice to absolve your guilt. If you're insecure, you can take foolhardy action without talking to your companions. Or if you're troubled, you can seek guidance from a mentor or powerful figure. And that's in like there's like a little reference sheet that I think Spencer
Oh,
sent out on like that first page with all the basic moves and balance moves. There's a little section called clearing conditions that says all this.
Mm-hmm.
cool.
But other than that, you guys
Awesome. Well-
get some night's sleep, it sounds like.
Yeah, my conditions and fatigue are cleared.
Same here. It's great.
All right. So, Song is, I mean, if there's anything left in his little, safe at the foot of his bed, right where he keeps his stuff. He gathers up his general things, puts them in the bag. One of those things is, of course, the thing that gets us out of whatever we're going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what Chekhov's gun we're going to use here, but whatever it is there. And we're going to start making our way to the noodle shop then, I guess.
Making
Okay.
our way downtown.
Cool.
Yeah. Guide me there, Azuri. I cannot see. Take my staff and I put my hand on Azuri's shoulders and we're walking.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, Azuri, the spices
Hi.
aren't bad. They're just intense.
So the
Like
five
you.
of you make your way to the noodle shop.
Yeah.
Tang and Kiona, you guys split off a little bit before getting there, probably a few blocks away to kind of like go around and go towards the back alley, and kind of like hide. When you're there walking around, you kind of see some of the firebenders just kind of like around, milling around, at various places. There's probably like half a dozen of them around. You don't see Tan anywhere, but you're not really sure where exactly he might be, but he's probably somewhere. And then Sapa, Song, and Uzuri, you can make your way to the noodle shop unless anybody has anything else they want to do or bring up or talk about or set in motion before we move on to the next scene.
I'm ready.
I feel like I'm good.
I feel like,
Oh.
Does anyone feel like they needed to be guided and comforted in this does anyone have any? I'm just trying to think of how I can get some team here. All right. Hold on. Assess the situation.
Should we go
All
in?
right, how do I assess the situation and give instructions? All right. What's the role for assess the situation?
Well, actually, so we can assess the situation as we're rolling up to the noodle house.
Mm-hmm.
That works.
I think that would be a good time to assess a situation.
I think that's a perfect time.
We can see who's. We can take stock of what Fire Nation, dress codes we see, and then see, because it's just the stone building. You really can't see in once you're inside. So unless any of those Fire Nation people are actually eating inside as well, which they probably aren't because they don't want to spook anybody.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of watching the outside of the building, and then we have Kiona and King around back, but we can't see them anymore.
Okay.
So let's assess a situation, and then we will, I guess, I don't know if we want to double assess the situation once we get inside the building, but I don't know if we, or we can just assess one situation. It's the whole situation.
Yeah. Well, who's doing the assessing? Is it Sapa?
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and roll for that as you're kind of like walking up to the noodle shop? You're like out in the street about to go in.
What does that roll with?
Creativity.
Nice. I do have an arm free now, so I was able to secure. Oh, come on, Bella. Poop balls.
Who's with? Are we all still together? Because I can help out.
No, Ting and Kiona have split off.
I'm gonna use my sensory reading. I'm gonna see if I can see if there's like how many people are inside already based on the foot movements and such.
Are you trying to do the help mechanic?
Yeah, I would like to use the help mechanic in this situation.
Yeah. So mark a fatigue, and that's a success on the assess the situation. So,
Bam.
Sapa, you get to ask one of the questions and assess the situation.
So you get a 7.
I'm trying to think my way through this. So, I mean, if I could answer these kind of questions here, who or what is the biggest threat? I would say that is the sheer amount of people, probably. Sure, there's probably a couple of enemies here, right? That's the contingency. That's the worst. What should I be on the lookout for? Kids, and that I already have a team looking out for them. So, what's my best way out and through? I mean, if we're here for the meeting, then we should just kind of walk right up, right? Who or what is in the greatest danger? So I'm thinking, um, I don't know, Justin. Do you have any ideas?
You know, I would like to. I'd like to know now the question, like what should I be on the lookout for? Like, yeah, Dalton, obvious answers are the kids, of course, but more specifically, what should I be on the lookout for that we're not considering? Are we allowed to ask that?
I mean, I think you can be specific if you want to.
Is there like an angle? Yeah, you know, what should we be on the lookout for that we're I mean, how do you feel about that, Dan? It's your question at the end of the day. You know, this is you. You know, or are there?
I mean, I'm not going to
whatever what's the best way out or through, like the speakeasy. Like they might be in that underground. Like who knows what's down there?
Yeah, whatever question you ask, I'm not going to answer it with like something with information you already know. I'm going to give you something new.
Right. Okay. So go for it, Dan.
What should I be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I think if anything that you guys haven't kind of talked about or aren't necessarily expecting, you should probably be on the lookout for anti-corruption task force people and Yang. Because you know that Gon mentioned them before, and they're kind of like around here, and like they've been in the background doing this investigation too. You know, Yang has a lot to gain if he's able to track these kids down, and probably a lot to lose if somebody else beats him to the punch.
Yeah. So
that's a good question. While we're assessing the situation, how many of these green shirts do we see?
I mean, a lot of people wearing green. It's the Earth Kingdom.
No, there's a lot of that, but like, you know what I mean? Like, there's
yeah, you're looking for corruption task force people like in uniform around here. I mean, you don't see any more than you would normally expect. Like, there's a pair kind of like walking up and down the street like normal on patrol, but not any more than like out of the ordinary.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Yeah. So I basically relay this to, you know, or I say to, you know, Uzuri and Song, like, hey, we should keep an eye out for this anti-corruption task force people. They could be, you know, they could be around. So just need to make sure, you know, that something weird doesn't go down.
Yeah, we need to be ready for the fact that they're working together and they might be just smuggling these kids to make themselves look good.
Yeah. And now I have used guidance. I assessed a situation and I gave instructions based on the answers. I now have +1 team that I can spend.
Cool ability buffs.
My also Bella has still been here this entire time. She's literally just laying in my arms.
Hi, Bella.
So cute.
She's very cute.
Okay. So now that we've done that, I marked my fatigue. We're headed into the noodle house, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So we're in the noodle house. What's going on?
All right, so you guys walk into the noodle house, and like you'd expect, you see Gon in the back, but you also see the Lei Fang, who you had already met. He's the black curly hair with the beard and short hair, and you see a woman with him who you can assume is Hana, who he mentioned that you would be meeting with, and who is like the boss of the Fanged mercenaries. And you kind of you sit down and get ready to discuss. While that's happening, though, we're going to cut to Ting and Kiona, who are coming up around back at this place, right?
That we are.
And who do they run into?
Oh no.
Some
Uh-oh.
snapping
Bum, bum,
firebenders.
bum.
They
Death
see
itself.
Yang and some anti-corruption task force people out back.
Oh no.
Do you?
Do they?
They don't
yeah.
see you, but you see them at the moment.
Fiona.
Run
And
around.
then maybe like we
Mission.
like both like
Stuck behind like a dumpster or something.
yeah. Did you see Young out there and his gang?
Yeah, I did. Do they look like they are carrying the package or anything?
They look like they're also on stakeout, ready to bust in.
Hmm. Hey Fiona, what if I go up to the roof and just have like a better angle? That way I can kind of like look down and in case anything happens.
They might see you.
If I go up there,
Open rooftop with a kid with a mohawk on top of it.
crouch down. That way
If
only
you
the
think you
mohawk
can,
is up.
if you think you can hide, go for it.
I think so. Delta, I'm gonna try to stealthily kind of like airbend silently my way up to the rooftop.
Yeah. Why don't you rely on your skills and training?
Okay.
Cool.
That is focus, which is -1 for me, so that's not great. But here we
Do you have a
go.
class ability that lets you do something maybe instead of rolling?
Not really. Whatever I
think that
can,
there's
I
a-
have.
So I know I
Yeah.
want to remind. I think that there's a balance move called "Live Up to Your Principle." When you take an action in accordance with the values of a principle, you can mark a fatigue and roll with that instead. So
I guess
if you could
action?
justify this being action and that you're kind of like edged towards that, and that would be a positive, you could argue that this is taking action and roll with a +1 instead.
Yeah, I know that the anti-corruption task force are not really the best people around. And I'm trying to be proactive and making sure, what are they doing here? We're trying to get these kids back and everything. So obviously they're up to no good. So I'm trying to like get up to the rooftops and kind of keep out and be ready to take them out if I need to. So
Yeah.
all right.
So
And
you can mark a fatigue and roll with action instead of focus.
mark of fatigue and 2d6. That's a 10.
Nice.
Plus whatever your
Nice.
action is, if it is positive.
It's 0. It's
Okay.
right in the middle. I'm in the middle. Yeah.
Gotcha. So instead of -1, you got 0. Okay, cool. So I mean, that's a full hit. So you definitely do so. You're able to get up there and kind of get closer and listen in on them, without them noticing and without any sort of like unexpected consequences.
Perfect.
And you overhear them talking, and Young is like talking to his guards, and he's like recapping the plan, like doing exposition like villains do. Doing a little
long speech.
exposition for you and the audience's sake.
Yeah.
And they say like, look, I know those kids have been running around trying to get in our way, and seems like I mean, I don't like them, but Lei Fang kind of let us know, and it's looking like we might have an excuse to lock them up. So we gotta get in, move quick. As soon as you notice something, they bring something up, we go in, and we'll be able to take hold of them. It looks like that they're saying they got some bad dealings that they're trying to work out with these guys. So if we run in, we have full excuses to arrest them.
I want to float back down to Kiona and tell her everything I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just be like, hey, Kiona. So, and I relay everything that he just monologued about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, so I think we should just go over to him and just try to explain the situation. Be like, hey, like, no, we're not actually, we're trying to find out. These guys apparently stole the kids, and we're just trying to get them down, and that's why we're here. And I think if we just explain the situation, should resolve everything just fine.
I don't trust the anti-corruption task force.
Okay, that's a good point. They're not very good, but what do you think we should do then?
We should stay out of their way. They're gonna arrest us.
But they're gonna rush in and get our teammates.
In case that wasn't clear to you, Ashley, that was what they were explaining, that they are here to arrest Sapa, Song, and Uzuri.
I see.
Yeah.
Like right now?
Yes.
Well, when they hear like them start to discuss any kind of dealings, they're going to be like, this is all we need to arrest you.
Actually, out of character, they might just need a scapegoat and want to arrest us anyway because they're already working with the Fangs.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was. Yeah, okay. Uh-huh.
So, like, they have multiple
We are the
reasons to want
package.
to do this. Yeah, we are the package, like we thought.
Well, you know what I could do? I could initiate a chase through the streets of Ba Sing Se on my buffalo yak and just cause chaos while you guys go out and have your meeting.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like, hey, we get on your yak, and then we're like, hey, guys, over here. And then they chase us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Is that the worst idea ever or no?
No, this is going to be great. Nothing could go wrong.
Okay. Great.
Oh, no.
I love you guys. I love you guys so much.
So I think, should we roll with trick?
Yes, absolutely.
You guys, yeah. What are you guys gonna do? Here's how trick works, just in case. There goes. I think that'll go into the Twitch.
Yeah, if what Ting and Kiona want to do is to kind of cause a distraction and pull Yang and the corruption task force away, that I would say that's probably a trick roll.
Great. Am I very creative? Let's see. I don't think I am.
My creativity.
I will say it's a creative thing, though.
Well, you can always live up to your principle if you can do that through the roll. For our viewers at home, while you're figuring that out, Ashley, I'll read the rules. So, when you trick an NPC, roll with creativity, which is one of your stats. On a hit, they fall for it and do whatever you want them to do in the moment. On a 7 to 9, pick one of the options that they have to do, and on a 10+, pick 2. And they can stumble, and you will take +1 forward to acting against them, or they could act foolishly, and the GM makes up some consequence, or they overcommit and they are deceived for some time, not from some time. Well, from the time and then onward.
I am going to live up to my principle of survival and Is that okay, Dalton? You gave me a look. You gave a look
No,
at the
I think
camera.
that's how does this
think Dalton's
line up
looking at
with
me.
how does you putting yourself in immediate danger line up with living up to a principle of survival? If you can explain that to me, sure.
I guess it would line up more with the principle of trying to protect my friends, but then I have a -1.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just roll a 2d6 with creativity, which is just a flat 2d6.
There you go.
Which worked. It was a hit.
Yay!
Awesome.
So you get to pick one
So
of
you
those
pick
three
one.
things.
Pick one.
I want them to overcommit.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to chase us through the streets of Ba Sing Se for a while
Very
to buy
cool.
these guys some time for the meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
So, Tang, you have something?
Yeah, I just like to imagine that like we both hop on is it Buffy?
Buffy the Corruption Slayer, yes.
Buffy the Corruption Slayer. And like I'm not sure if you want to yell out, but maybe I like blow some wind and I blow like their clothes up like I've done before, like up in their faces.
Yes, that sounds great.
And then it's like, hey.
Hey, come and get us, suckers!
So you pants them, stick your tongues out at the guards, and say, "Bet you can't catch me," and then ride off on your steed.
Yes.
Flawless. Flawless.
Very cool. All right. Yeah, Young,
Yes.
like he spins around and he's like after them and like kind of yells and him and his crew start chasing after you as you guys bounce around the city. We will cut back to how that's going every so often. But for now, we'll cut to Sapa, Song, and Uzuri as they sit down for a meal.
I love this.
We're screwed, right? Like we're
Well, I think we've seen how our plan has not gone the way we had hoped it. So I think that's we already know that, so that's good.
I mean, you guys don't know anything about what just happened out back.
Mm-mm.
Right. I mean, we
Yeah.
and know this. We still have to. Our characters still
Right.
have to walk in
Right.
completely unknowingly. Okay, so we're going in. I have my hand on Sapa's shoulder. We're walking in, and I say, "They're not going to be able to see the candle."
Yeah. So
There's a window. Like, I mean, it'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Well, remember, don't say anything outright. You have to use slang, you guys. Okay? Sapa, I know you know this.
I do.
Zuri, I'm kind of talking to you.
Oh yeah. I'm cool.
Okay.
I'm cool as a cucumber. Or a
All right.
cabbage.
I like that. You
Right.
stay cool as a cabbage until things get a little dicey. And then
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Until we
hey, by the way, if things get dicey,
light the
shoot
firework.
a hot button. No, don't light a firework inside. Shoot a blast of fire at the hot pot of soup and make steam go everywhere so we can escape.
I can do that.
Eh? Yes, that.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So let's do that. All right. That's the plan. We're and now we're inside.
Mhm.
We order soup.
Yeah. Gon gives you like a knowing nod, as you walk in.
Another one.
Lei Fang and Hana are both already sitting. They've got what looks to be a bottle of alcohol and like some little glasses to kind of pour. and says, "So,
Like sake?
sure, yeah, it can be sake. I don't know what Chinese like business dealing liquor there is.
Baiju.
What is it?
It's called Baiju. It tastes
Baiju?
like gasoline.
Okay.
Oh.
Because I know sake in Japan. I know soju, but I didn't know what the Chinese
Or
thing is.
Korean?
Or Korean,
No,
yeah.
but if we're talking about like if we're talking about Chinese like hard liquor, Baiju.
Interesting. That's super fascinating. There's a character in a game I'm playing whose name is Baiju, and she's like a doctor.
Oh.
Yeah. Baiju.
Honkai?
It is Honkai.
I was out with a friend, and we were like, because we saw some cocktails. Actually, it was one of the how to drink cocktails. They made Romulan ale. They used Baiju and blue pea water or blue pea tea.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
like
a good
some lemon
channel. I
juice.
like the How to Drink channel.
Yeah. But so we did it, and we were like, because we were gonna do this, but we are like, what else do you like mix it with? She's like, no, you don't mix Baiju with anything.
Yeah.
Anything you mix Baiju with tastes like Baiju.
It's
And
overpowering.
she's right. It's like nasty Everclear. It tastes like glass.
Yeah. So Hana like gestures for you to sit down, and is like, "So you guys are looking to make a deal?"
Yeah. We heard that you can move packages.
I think we might be able to help. And don't you feel free to speak a little bit more open here. We've got the place locked down. Nobody's gonna overhear anything. Don't need to worry about anybody ratting on nothing. We make deals out of here all the time. Don't worry.
We're done. Get up. And I get up and I start lead me to the door, and I start walking away. We're done.
I kind of look at him and say, "Hey, we should at least stay for some noodles, right?"
Yeah,
No, we're done. No, we're done. This guy's a cop. We're out of here.
I mean,
This guy's a cop. We're out of here. We're
it's
done.
a little suspect that like
This guy's a cop.
head with that, but
Hey, guys, we're done. And I start walking more toward the door. I don't know if I'm walking toward the door, but I'm walking away from the table.
All right. I start like, well, guess we can't do business then. I start walking away.
Oh, hey, pay the lady who's ever sitting at the table. Pay the lady. We bought the soup. We're out of here, though.
All right. I mean, they let you leave.
This guy's a cop.
I guess you guys leave.
Okay. All right. They don't do anything?
No.
Cool.
Well, this plan has not gone.
The plan.
And by the way,
Plan.
Dalton, say, like, I'm sorry. Saying that you... No, it's okay. You can say cocaine. You can say... It's fine. You just say cocaine. All you need to do is say cocaine.
You're fine.
No. 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 That's...
I'll put you metagaming for $500.
That smells like bacon. That sentence smells like bacon.
Okay. Yeah. The three of you kind of walk out of the bar. What do you guys do next?
oh well.
Maybe they get a glimpse of a buffalo yak in the distance.
Oh yeah. What do we see? What do we see? We have done our scene.
I mean, like, I guess Tan, you guys kind of walk away. You walk down the street, and Tan comes out and kind of follows. He's like, what happened? What happened to the plan?
They're working with the anti-corruption.
Are you sure? I mean, they were
just
working.
tried to pinch us. Yeah, I'm positive. I mean, I'm not positive, but I can feel it.
If
They were trying
you
to pinch
have,
us. I don't know
proof,
why. I don't know why. They were trying. We walked in and then we asked them. I told them I asked if they could move packages. And I'm like walking through the bazaar, like we're, whatever.
Yeah.
And like handing it to him, like I'm making it look like he's helping me see what it is and stuff like that, making it look like we're shopping. And I go, yeah, I asked if they could move packages, and he said, oh, we can speak freely here. You know criminals that talk freely? Come on. You've seen your fair share of stuff. You don't get to be who you are without knowing some things.
That's all well and good, but how does this help me find the ambassador's children?
Yeah, well, we need to talk about that, don't we? What is this? Is this green? I like green. Is this fabric green? This feels like fabric. Is this green? Is this just a drape? Is this someone's clothing? No. Oh, well, so what do you suggest, Han? They're working. We've just found out that they may or may not be here. That
those are the two
criminal
options,
network
aren't they?
is working
are
with
there
the
or
police,
not?
and your kids are still missing. So, what can I do to help you?
Well, there was a plan about storming the place and seeing if the kids were there or not, but I guess that's out the window. Weren't there two more of you? Weren't they gonna sneak around back?
I stuck around back. I don't know. I did hear some like ruckus, like as we were coming out, though. It was a little weird. People screaming.
Yeah, people are yelling.
And like some like donkey or something was real loud. I don't know. Whatever. Someone's cabbage car got probably knocked over. That happens all the time here for some reason.
Yeah, it can get pretty loud. All right.
I think what we should do, I think me and maybe Uzari, if he's willing, should go back in. We explained that our associate was feeling under the weather.
It gets spooked easy.
Maybe he goes and cases. Maybe Song goes and cases the joint. Maybe he can go confirm his suspicions, and we try to stall out the conversation for as long as possible. Before
Actually,
before
so instead of sending, let's not send the blind guy on reconnaissance. Why don't you bring me back in there
that's right.
and make me apologize?
Yeah. Okay.
And Uzuri. Actually, Uzuri, you go back. We're gonna go back in. You're gonna make me apologize. You have the noble blood. Sapa, you go around and check the back and see if you can't get into the speakeasy some other way.
Yeah.
And we'll make it look like you're a low-level fire diplomat looking to kidnap some Earth children in retaliation. Okay?
Sounds good.
Let's do that.
As long as I get my soup.
All right.
The plan.
All right. You guys are like walking back to the noodle shop, you hear some yelling going inside. It sounds like Gon is angry. She's like, this wasn't part of the deal. You can't bring them around here. You gotta get them out of my basement. I mean, we're done. Our deal's off.
I squeeze Azuri's shoulder, and I make a little, and let's get closer to the curtain. Can we?
Yeah.
Snake?
Sure. You guys.
Do I hear this? Like, where am I? Am I around?
Yeah, where's
you guys are
good
outside,
question.
like out front. Like this is a loud. Like Gon is loud and angry. And you hear Hana and Lei Fang trying to like, just please, like, calm down. Like we're almost done. If we can just pull this off.
Change of plan. Let's go in. I think we should press this.
Yeah, agreed. I kick off my shoes.
Okay.
Did we make sure Ton was set up again for us going back?
Yeah, Ton is on board. He's ready to jump in if needed.
Okay. So let's all go in real casual, like.
Okay.
We'll
Cut to Ting.
We'll pretend like we were gonna do the thing anyway. We know that Hana's on board, and they're outnumbered right now. I think anyway. Who knows who they have in the closets or whatever.
How do we think Ting and Kiona's chase is going?
Yes.
Wreaking havoc throughout the streets of Ba Sing Se, but I imagine we're trying to do like a big loop, shake them, and get back to Gons. That is my goal. Is to lose them in the streets.
Okay.
I like to think I'm facing backwards on the buffalo yak. It's a buffalo yak, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, I don't have my stick anymore, but I'm just kind of like blowing air at different things to like push it in their path. Like if I see a ladder, I push the ladder over and stuff like that. Some pots, I push the pots over.
Yeah. Why don't who rolled the first rely on skills and training to do the distraction? Was that Kiona?
I rolled to trick.
Yes, creativity.
Okay. Ting, why don't you roll a skills and training to kind of like throw stuff in their way and keep them from catching up to you?
My focus is still -1. So I could take another fatigue if I want to try to live up to my principle of action again, right?
Yeah.
I'm already at 1 fatigue though. So I think I'm just gonna.
Okay, you can clear fatigue in combat if you want to.
Or actually, why don't we do this is a push. This feels like more of like a push your luck situation. You guys are trying to like escalate and make things big and loud, and this seems pretty risky.
Okay. I have +1 passion, so let's see if this goes.
So before you do,
yeah.
I guess it doesn't matter. Boldness pays off despite the cost.
Do you need a minute to check some rules real quick?
Yeah, I was making sure like if that's okay.
Check the rules. We'll read the push your luck feature for the audience. So when you use the push your luck feature, when you push your luck in a risky situation, say what you want to do and roll with passion, which is again one of your stats from your character sheet. On a hit, you do it, but it costs you to scrape by. The GM tells you what it costs you. On a 10+, your boldness pays off despite the cost, and the GM tells you what other lucky opportunity falls in your lap. So if you're trying to do something and stuff really starts to get tough on you and you try and get out of the situation, you can push your luck and roll with this passion stat, and you can still do it, but it just kind of like you have a bad effect. You have a nasty rider. But if you get the 10, then you do it, you have the nasty rider, and you get something extra on top of it, is the way I understood that roll to.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if like the downsides were something that the GM and the person doing the thing had to like agree on beforehand, or if it's just something that I choose once
it sounds done. Like you choose.
It sounds like, but it sounds like I just choose.
The GM tells you what it costs you.
Yeah.
So should I go ahead and roll passion? All right, here we go. +1. Oh.
Oh no.
I can't. If I help you, I can't get you to a 7.
Yep, it's just a miss.
You just miss.
Yeah. So they catch up a little bit, and they're kind of like right on your tail. And Ting, why don't you move your balance track towards action?
Action. Okay. Boom. +1 action. -1 forgiveness.
Kiona, you're kind of like steering your buffalo yak, steering Buffy, and kind of like doing that. So why don't you rely on your skills and training, is like your knowledge of Ba Sing Se, and like how well you know the streets and how in tune you are with your steed.
So to rely on skills and training, that's with focus. Full hit. Got a 10.
There you
Let's
go. Yeah. So
I hit, you do it.
Yep. Yeah. You managed to kind of like make up for Ting's failure of as he kind of like messes like
Distraction.
he like knocks down some barrels that are like entirely out of the way, just like entirely off separate, that it does absolutely nothing. And like as Yang and folks
roll more.
are about to like catch up, some dudes, some of his earthbenders kind of like jump out in front of you unexpectedly, but you manage to like signal to Buffy correctly, and they kind of like bound over them in a very dramatic way.
Nice.
Nice.
And we will cut back to Sapa, Song, and Uzuri as there's a little bit of it seems like a conflict between Gon and Lei Fang and Hana. Do you guys kind of like interrupt? It sounds like Gon is telling them to get out, maybe putting an end to some sort of a deal, getting some people away.
Yeah. Yeah, let's I think the plan was to interrupt, right? We're walking back and kind of pretending to catch him off guard and be like, "Oh, we thought about it. I'm sorry, I was hot-headed," and then get close and then maybe just kind of jump him.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little jump it.
Yeah, okay. Cool. That makes sense. So it sounds like they're fighting, they're arguing inside, and you interrupt, and you're just like, all right, that's it. I know they're in there, and going right to a fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to get the kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
I mean, they're in there.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
totally.
their backup is actually their backup is all tied up at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm shoeless. I'm ready to fight.
I'm watering myself.
So you're basically just going to be fighting Hana and Lei Fang. General or Tan and his firebenders are going to manage to hold off any like other fanged mercenaries that may have been around, and they'll be taking care of them. So you'll basically just be fighting the two of them, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Ready to do some bending.
So let us get into it. Combat time. To give a little quick refresher on combat. Each combat, find my own little guide, is a series of exchanges. In each exchange, all of the characters, NPCs, and player characters alike will choose how they're going to be approaching that exchange. They'll either be kind of defending and maneuvering, kind of like taking action first and being ready to like be attacked or like retaliate in various ways. They'll choose to be the aggressor and kind of like advance and attack, or they will kind of like hold back and wait to react to things and kind of like evade and observe the situation. Once everybody is picked, then all the players who chose to like defend and maneuver will take their action. All the advance and attack players will take their action, and all of the evade and observe characters will take their action. After which everybody kind of like breaks off and kind of prepares for another exchange, or to kind of like back off and surrender, do whatever. So the first thing I have to do is I, in secret, have to choose an approach for each of the NPCs. And we'll say at this point, since they're kind of like, kind of like in a little bit of an argument with Gon, that they aren't going to react right away. And Sapa, Song, and Uzuri can kind of get a free little thing if they want to go get the jump on them in an exchange.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I already know what I'm gonna do. I'm ready. 100%.
Okay.
I need to decide what I need to. Sounds like.
So, Uzuri, do you, Christian, do you need a minute? Dan, you need a minute?
No, I'm good.
I think I'm good.
All right.
Okay.
Are any of the three of you going to defend and maneuver?
Me. Definitely.
Song. So you get to go first. So what you got to do is you roll 2d6 with focus.
Having internet issues.
I mean, I can still hear you just fine. If you want to if you have 2 physical d6, you can also roll those if you don't want to roll.
Oh no, okay. I'm back in. I'm back in.
Okay.
Yeah. So I am going to. Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's a full hit. Which means you can either mark 1 fatigue to use a learned technique, use a practice technique, or use 2 different basic or mastered techniques.
To use 2, they would both have to be mastered, right?
Yeah, or the basic ones like ready, retaliate, or seize.
Okay. So if I use 1 practiced technique.
That, yes, you would be allowed to do that. Just that, though.
Okay. But I can use a mastered and a basic.
Yes.
Right. Can I use a mastered and a practiced?
No.
Bummer.
The only way you can use learned and practiced techniques is if you roll a 10 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. But I rolled a 10, and
Yeah.
because it's just a 10, I can only do that. Okay.
On normal hits, you can only use basic or mastered. But since you
What'd you get on it?
got a full hit,
Oh, I got a 10. Yeah.
since you got a full hit, you're able to use a practiced technique.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, all right. Then I am going to use tag team.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, guys, real quick, do you think I'm going to double any fatigue conditions or balance shifts that you have? Who thinks that they're going to be the big hitter next round? I just would like to choose the best team member because it doesn't really matter. It's just going to
probably not me. I would say probably. Missouri seems more like the advance and attack guy.
Okay, cool. I'm going to tag team with Azuri. I like tap Azuri's chest and walk in to like kind of get in the middle of the two and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Who is this?" And like touching their faces.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to use my defend and maneuver to seize a position, and that's like me getting in between the two of them. And this is to establish an advantageous position. They can block me if they take 1 fatigue. So they can kind of like push me out of the way and be like, "What are you doing, man? Get out of here."
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be like all up in their space, which is good for me because that's a big part of how I earthbend.
Cool.
I'm going to evade and observe, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody want to advance and attack?
Uzuri is.
There you go, Uzuri. So why don't you go ahead and roll with passion?
Can do.
That's awesome.
Damn. Rolling well.
What's your mastered move?
No, I don't have a mastered. It's a defend and maneuver mastered move.
Oh,
So like you
okay.
could
So what you doing?
you
Oh,
can use
sorry,
two
Dalton, what were you
different
saying?
basic techniques. Like you could strike and pressure, or like pressure and smash.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was going to strike. And I was thinking about smashing. Smashing is typically a great way to use a destructive force in the environment. However, don't know if I necessarily want to try and burn down the building we're in. So,
Good noodles there.
uh, I will strike and pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So which one are you going to strike, Lei Fang or Hana? Lei Fang is the dude. Hana's the woman. Hana's the full boss. Lei Fang appeared to be like kind of the second in command.
we are absolutely attacking Hana.
Okay.
So what happens is I kind of like focus my energy between my hands,
Mm-hmm.
and I conjure this um dragon like whelpling that like just blasts fire out at Hana.
Nice. So what
And-
happens?
Christian, are you going to take the plane 2 fatigue, or are you going to mark a fatigue on yourself for like the extra heavy blow?
I'll mark the extra fatigue. Thank you for
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
Right.
means instead
Proceed.
choose to hammer them with your blows, forcing them to mark 2 fatigue or strike where they're weak, inflicting a condition. So you get to pick whether they'll take 2 fatigue or mark a condition. And I think Song, since you tag teamed, is there something with that?
So yeah, my tag team, I work with an ally. We choose an engaged foe, and it doubles any fatigue conditions or balance shifts that you inflict. So if you do a condition, it'll be 2 conditions. So they're like super hampered. If we do the double up on the fatigue, if you choose fatigue, they're already going to be at 4 fatigue. So if like they do anything, you know, they're next to knocked out.
Yeah,
So
I feel like fatigue would probably be best, but
it's up to you. However you want to play it.
yeah,
I'm down for either.
yeah.
Because two conditions are heavy. Because it's minus 2 to stuff, so you're hampered. But yeah, two extra fatigue. Yeah, if they do doing anything might knock them out.
We will apply fatigue, I think.
Okay. So they're going to take 4. Hana will take 4 fatigue as you kind of like blast your little fire sprite.
This is for the kids.
At her. And then you can do another thing.
Yeah, so we will pressure as well.
Mhm.
So let's see here. So if was it invade and observe where they can remove the fatigue? Because ideally,
that's 1 fatigue, but yeah, so you can you choose either defend and maneuver, attack and advance, or evade and observe, and you're like you can't do that. Pick one.
Right. Yeah. So I want to say that Hana cannot evade and observe next turn.
Okay.
So they will not be able to. She will not be able to clear the fatigue that I just inflicted, or one of them.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
And then
That makes sense because I'm all up in their space.
Mhm.
Personal space violated. Oh, that sounded bad. Persimmon.
Persimmon.
Zappa, you were going to evade and observe, so why don't you roll with creativity or harmony? It's your choice.
let us see. I want to see what my better. I can't remember. Harmony, yeah, +2 to harmony. So I definitely want to do one. +2.
Whoa!
Wow.
Nice.
All right.
Everybody's
What
rolling really
happens
well
when
on this
You
surprise
are
round.
the wind.
So I was just gonna do. I wanted to put myself between them and the door. I was gonna do slide around the blow. So basically, there's no info engaged with me, so I can slip through the fight to engage a new foe, and no one can mark fatigue to stop me. Essentially, like no one can stop me. So I was gonna position myself between them and the door, like the whatever door. I think there was like I don't remember if there was like a
Oh, you mean like the back door?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
and-
kind of like rush in through. You kind of like slip behind, and now they don't have a way to get out the back.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was what I was gonna do.
Nice. Was that like a mastered technique or just like a?
Yeah.
So you can do
Yeah.
one more. You can do another thing. Since you rolled
Oh.
higher than a 10, you can do either
Yeah.
another mastered technique or you can pick test balance, bolster, hinder, or commit.
I'm trying to remember what everything.
Test
Is there
balance.
anything that? Sorry, go ahead.
Test balance lets you mark a fatigue to either like learn about somebody's principle or kind of shift it if you already know it. Bolster hinder lets you inflict a status on someone, either like positive or negative, whatever kind of like you pick. Or commit lets you shift your balance towards one of your principles. And the next time you live up to that principle, you don't mark any fatigue.
Yeah, I'll bolster or hinder, and I'll hinder Lei Fang since Hana's pretty messed up already, right?
Nice.
Yeah, so
What
you'll
is-
hinder Lei Fang and give him a negative status.
So what is he? Is he impaired, doomed, trapped, or stunned? Ooh, you should like whip out the slingshot and knock him one in the noodle, like stun him.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
Um,
forget what stun does. Here we go. Stunned. Caught off guard can't act or respond in a few seconds until you steady yourself. Doesn't say anything more than that.
so basically, he wouldn't be able to move next turn, right?
I would probably play that like he can't really do anything during this next exchange.
Yeah,
if
I'll
it
take
happens.
stunned. That works for me.
Nice.
Basically, if either one of them, if one of them does anything, she gets knocked out, and the other one can't do anything for 2 turns now.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we can focus on just her.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So that was the end of this exchange. You guys kind of bust in. Song, you do your oh, I'm just a differently abled man who
I'm
can't
just-
see. Pay me no
Classic.
mind. Not that we're
Classic.
just having a conversation trying to plan a crime or whatever 30 seconds ago. And then Uzuri like throws his little firebird inside, and Sapa from outside like rushes in and fires a little slingshot pellet right in Lei Fang's nards. And so we'll cut to Ting and Kiona on their dramatic chase. Probably at this point, you guys kind of are making effort to kind of like turn around and make your way back.
Yes,
At this
that
point,
is the goal.
are you guys gonna kind of do anything different, or kind of like same kind of deal that you guys have been up to?
I would like to do a move from my playbook called "Is That the Best You've Got?" I roll with passion to try and goad or provoke an NPC into foolhardy action.
Okay.
Ooh.
Are you
So-
like getting him to chase you further? Nice.
And it could also just be like if they don't do it, they can embarrass themselves and stumble or mark a condition too,
Mhm.
which is cool.
Yeah, you could goad them,
Ooh.
and then you jump over like a river, and then they all like try to jump over the river that they clearly can't jump over. That the Buffalo Yak can?
So I got a 7, which was a hit.
Mm-hmm.
On a 7 to 9, they can choose one instead. So I guess I have to like kind of say what I want them to do. I'll go with what Spencer said. Maybe there was like an aqueduct or a well or something like that I jumped over, and I'm like, hey, is that the best you got? Come and get me. So they can choose one instead. They do it, but more intensely than expected. You're taken off guard. They do it, but more carefully than expected. They gain an advantage against you. They don't do it, but they embarrass themselves. They mark a condition. They don't do it, but only catch themselves at the last minute. They stumble and give you an opportunity.
Okay.
You want me to send you a picture?
No, I found it. And so you're kind of goading them into like jumping across like a little gap in the road, like a river that you can clear.
Yeah.
But but you don't think they can.
Yes.
Yeah, so they follow after you. And basically Yang manages to make it across, but nobody else does. He leaps across like, no, I'm committed, I'm getting it. And he somehow like kind of like gives himself like an earthbending boost to kind of leap across, but everybody else kind of like stumbles and is like kind of like worried to keep following. So basically you lost everybody except for Yang, we'll say.
Cool.
I was going to like, since like trying to knock stuff in the way wasn't working, I was gonna try to maybe like, as they're like taking a step, do like a wind gust that maybe puts them off balance and maybe like trips. So maybe now I'm just gonna try to trip Yang so he like falls behind.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm gonna try to do.
That is probably rely on your skills and training.
Or push your luck.
Or I could try using my balance, live up to my principle to mark fatigue and use +1 action.
Yeah. I would say like if you're trying to hinder Yang in some way with your airbending, that's probably rely on your skills and training, I guess, this time.
Okay. All right.
Unless you want it to be push your luck.
Well, I was gonna try to use to live up my principle because I have -1 focus. Push my luck. What is push your luck again?
Passion.
Passion. I guess I could do that. That's +1. So I'd be okay with doing push your luck.
Yeah, so you can do push your luck and roll with passion with the expectation that that there might be some sort of like setback to doing it. Mm-hmm. If you only get a hit, not a 10 plus, or you could rely on your skills and training and roll with focus, or you could do that and live up to your principle.
I'll do push my luck. Like maybe I'm like leaning and I'm trying to throw him off balance. So I'm going to try that. So
okay, yeah. So you're kind of like doing an airbending move and you're not necessarily like used to doing that on animal back.
Yeah, for sure. So here comes the passion roll. It's an 8.
7. Or no, that's Kiona's. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's a hit. You do it, but it kind of costs you to scrape by. So we'll say that you kind of do your little airbending move and he trips up and like falls a little behind, but now you're kind of like, you kind of lost your footing and kind of like fell backwards, and now you're kind of like being pulled along. Just being like dragged, and you've got like some like a little like air scooter or something, like air cushion beneath you to keep you from like being dragged along the ground, but you're kind of like just barely hanging on, kind of like what is it like when you're being pulled by a boat?
Like tubing?
Yeah. Like air tubing behind the buffalo yak.
Perfect.
Just barely holding on.
Does that cost any fatigue or anything?
No.
Okay,
we'll
cool.
say that costs you a fatigue to kind of like hold on in this instance.
Cool. I'm at 2 out of 5 fatigue.
And we'll cut back to another exchange between Sapa, Song, and Uzuri. Lei Feng is stunned, so they can't do anything, and Hana can't evade and observe. While you guys pick your approaches.
Try to remember.
Remember what?
There's just like a basic like strike, right, for attack.
Yeah. When you attack, advance and attack, there's strike, which is how you kind of like get them to mark fatigue or conditions and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna be an advanced attack.
All right. Just let me know when you guys have picked.
I'm good.
All right. Cool. All combatants who chose. So basically, since Lei Feng is just catching his breath, he's not doing anything, but Hana is going to defend and maneuver. I'm trying to think if PC. I think player characters always go first. Yeah, we'll just have the player characters go first. So, if did any player characters roll to defend and maneuver? It looks like Justin did.
And missed.
So on a miss, you stumble. But Justin, Song, you can shift your balance away from center to use one of the basic techniques if you want to.
You're muted.
Oh, that's why. Okay. All right, cool. So let's see. So this would be. Oh, looking at the wrong thing. Hi. All right, there we go. So yeah, I guess this would be more confidence. I'm just like getting in there and doing it. I'm going to shift my balance toward confidence. And for my defend and maneuver, I can use one basic technique. I am going to. Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, I'm going to use retaliate. In case anyone does anything to me, or mark one fatigue, assigning or clearing a fictionally appropriate status. Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna try, and then since I'm close, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try and just do like a quick strike around them, and then realize that I missed, and I'm gonna use ready and mark myself with a fatigue, and I am going to impart the status of inspired. No, prepared. That's what I wanted. Yeah, prepared. Okay. Prepared onto Sapa.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to get a +1 to his appropriate roll as I kind of like turn them a little bit toward Sapa so they have a wider target.
Okay. Cool. Hana is going to pull up a kind of oh, Uzuri, were you also going to defend?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Sorry.
You're good.
Nice.
This is a hit. Because it's not a full hit, I can't use a master technique.
You can still use one master technique.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You need a full hit to use practiced or learned techniques.
Okay. Cool. So I will so I will use pinpoint aim. And I don't know if I can bring this over to chat. I can copy and paste it.
On the thing, I think if you just click your ability, you can pull it up in the chat. But you already did it, so never mind. Take the time you need to prepare a perfect line shot, become prepared. In the next exchange, if you advance an attack, roll with focus or passion, your choice. If you use strike, you do not have to mark fatigue to choose what you inflict.
Yes. Yeah, so I just become prepared here. And then, of course, I will advance an attack in the next exchange.
Very cool.
All right. You're up, Dan.
Special effects there.
So Hana is going to summon the storm. She does like some twists and maneuvers and calls up some gravel, dust, and sand around and fills the air with a swirling grit. She marks 1 fatigue.
So she'll be at 5 fatigue.
Yeah. And all others in the area become impaired from the swirling dust, and she becomes empowered for as long as the cloud surrounds her. The dust storm will stay in place for about 4 exchanges if nothing else interferes, and if the technique doesn't restart.
So wait, she's empowered. Is that like favored or prepared?
Empowered is a positive status. Her abilities are naturally stronger in this moment. She clears 1 fatigue at the end of each exchange.
So she's at 5 right now?
She is currently at 5, and then she's also going to ready. Or she's going to retaliate.
Okay. I'm trying to think like if there's anything I can do to.
You're just gonna have to take the.
So I think all of you are impaired except for Uzuri. You were bolstered or whatever. Justin did prepared.
Yeah. You're. Oh, well, you're
that's
also
for conditions.
You're ready. You're double prepared. Because if you were going to make yourself prepared, Christian, I might have chosen something different.
Well, I thought you prepared Sapa.
Yeah, you did prepare.
Oh, I did prepare Sapa.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's
never
Sapa.
mind. Yeah.
What is prepare? Prepared is avoid marking.
No, it's just +1 to your next roll.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I think you're thinking of empowered. Yeah.
So everybody, including Lei Fang, is impaired by the swirling dust.
Okay, and sorry, I'm trying to find. Okay, there we go.
Or actually,
oh damn, I should have done favored. Is awesome. You get a basic. You get to use one of your mastered or learned techniques.
Did anybody choose to advance or attack?
Yeah.
I think Dan.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does that roll with again? Remind me, please.
That is
Passion.
Fuck. I have -1 passion. Okay.
We get to add a 1 with it with your prepared.
Wait, hold on. I have fighting like dancing. When you advance an attack against a group of foes, roll with harmony instead of passion. So I get to roll with +2 instead of -1.
There you go.
Anyway,
you get another +1 if you want.
So 2d6 +3. I'll take a 4-point swing.
Yeah, if you want to, and then don't forget that you're impaired.
I'm gonna mark 1 fatigue.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already marked the fatigue.
Same. Jeez. Oh my god.
Damn.
Wow.
I want to shoot her, so I do strike right between the eyes.
Yep.
Second time that's happened.
So you can either give her fatigue or have her mark conditions or mark a
I
condition.
want to give her fatigue, because before I say that,
Well,
correct me if I'm wrong, but if she ends this encounter or this whatever with 5 fatigue, she is knocked out, right? But at the end of this, she is going to heal. So she's at 5. She is going to heal 1, so technically she'll be at 4. But if I hit her, will she go to 6? And then,
So
what happens if I strike her in this circumstance?
in general, when an NPC has full fatigue and has more fatigue marked, they have to take that many conditions. So like if they're at full fatigue and take 2, they have to mark 2 conditions.
Right.
You push them past the fatigue, they start marking conditions.
Or I will say
we're different because
not
5 of 1 is a condition.
Yeah, not every NPC has 5 fatigue. Some have more, some have less. Hana, being a powerful NPC, might have more than 5.
Yeah, she definitely has more than 5, I would assume.
So would it be better to mark a condition in this standpoint? What is she? She has a couple already, right?
She has not had any conditions
4,
marked on
5.
her yet.
She has 5 fatigue, though.
Unless I'm missing something, though, conditions only apply to basic moves, which they're not really going to do in a combat exchange, right? So
to knock someone out of combat, you have to fill up all of their fatigue and all of their conditions.
Okay.
Or knock
Sure.
them off balance by putting their principal past its max.
Yeah, I am going to mark a condition.
Cool. She has angry, afraid, guilty, insecure, or troubled. Not really super important which one, but if you want to do like a specific action to kind of mark one of those narratively.
I would like to do insecure.
Okay. How do you do so?
Okay.
I basically like I hit her. I hit Lei Feng already. With the with the slingshot, and I basically am just like, man, you guys are like the easiest targets. It's like shooting the broadside of a barn. Like, it's the easiest thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having fun right now, like, I don't know. I don't know if that would really make her insecure.
No, that's fine. Yeah, she doesn't like to be looked down on or made fun of, so she's kind of like off a little bit. And I think that's the end of the exchange because Lei Feng was stunned. He's not anymore, but he was stunned. And since Hana was empowered at the end of the exchange, she clears 1 fatigue. Okay. All right. Cut to Ting and Kiona. You guys are making your way back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to get back up on Buffy?
Yeah, I'd say you can do that for free. Like that, if that's your turn, you can kind of bounce yourself back onto Buffy.
That's what I do.
I was leaning towards relying on skills and training to continue trying to outmaneuver and take sharp corners and such.
Yeah, go for it.
That's going to be a roll with focus.
I really hope you guys come barreling in like Kool-Aid Man into this fight.
I hope so too. It didn't go.
We want more noodles.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Hit! On a 7 to 9, I will do it imperfectly. The GM tells you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. Accept those consequences or mark 1 fatigue. Do I get to find out the consequences first?
Yeah, you get to know like what the consequence would be before you accept it or not. You take a blind corner, and you might, for a second, you're not sure if you might run into one of Tan's firebenders, and you kind of like you're about to barrel through him. Not Tan himself, but one of his firebenders.
Definitely marking a fatigue to avoid that.
Okay. You think you're maybe like one exchange away at this point?
Perfect.
Awesome.
I'll definitely yell to Kiona, "Hey, great writing! I'm glad we lost him."
You sure you don't see him back there anymore?
I squint. Nah, they're gone.
All right. We're back in the noodle shop for another exchange. Hana and Lei Feng have chosen their approaches, and now it is up to you three to pick your approaches. Let me know when you're ready, and we can move on to defending and maneuvering.
I am ready.
Yep. Oh, fuck me. All right. Well, I will. Fuck.
At least Dan's rolling good.
He's taking all the good rolls.
Oops.
I'm gonna start just regular roll. Well, when I rolled using just regular dice, it was better, and I was clicking, getting no love. So I am going to ready, and I'm gonna mark myself as favorite.
Okay, so you shifted yourself away from center, and you did ready.
No, I took a fatigue. I take a fatigue.
So since you missed, to use a basic technique, you have to shift yourself away from center.
Oh, otherwise I can't do anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to push myself.
All right.
More confident than ever. Yeah.
Okay. Did anybody else want to defend and maneuver? No? All righty. Anybody attacking and advancing?
I am. Are you, Dan?
Oh yeah, I am. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, you can go first if you want.
Bing. Do I still have that?
If you kind of cut out a little bit, I think if you're asking if you're still
+1 prepared.
I think you used that on your super roll when you added +3 to it.
Okay. I got an 8.
Still hit.
I'd like to strike Hana.
She will take the. Let me read that one again. Strike. And she's going to shift her balance away from center.
Okay.
All right. Uzuri, you're up.
All right. I am going to first do that.
Yes.
Fantastic.
You get to do a whole bunch of stuff.
I do. So, let's see here. Is there
all the maneuvers?
Is there a reason why I'd want to do smash for doing strike? Don't know. Let me reread.
Status effects are pretty useful. But it kind of depends what you're trying to do. So, like, here's what Doom does. Grave danger, mark of fatigue every few seconds, so like every exchange. So this would counteract favor or impaired or power inspired or whatever. Impaired, off balance, mark 1 fatigue or take 2 balance, which we are. Trapped, completely helpless. or stunned. Trapped is a pretty great negative status effect. If you can do that, that's cool.
Yeah, so my plan is so let's start with Smash.
Mhm.
So
Are you smashing Hana or Lei Fang again? Hana?
Hana. Hana has put up the swirling wind, right? Around her?
Yeah.
I
like in the whole noodle
so
bar,
what
honestly.
I'm going to do with Smash is I'm going to take both my hands and direct the fire around oh my gosh. Freaking Justin's character. Why am I blanking on your name? Song. Thank you. I keep yeah. So I'm gonna direct fire around Song and just essentially heat up the swirling mass of air. I don't know if like canonically like that's something I can do, but I want to essentially turn that swirling tornado into a fire tornado, basically, or whatever.
Yeah, so she's kind of like using her earthbending to kind of like whip up a like sandstorm inside of the building. You use your firebending to kind of like shoot fire into like the motion, and that's probably like tearing up some air, and that causes her to kind of like drop it. So she no longer has it.
Yeah, logically speaking, I turned that sand into glass.
Yeah.
Shards.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
that's how you're gonna break it.
You force her to drop the little sandstorm inside, so she's no longer empowered.
That is the goal.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you can remove. Oh yeah, good move, buddy.
And then I will strike.
Hana again?
I'm sorry?
Hana again?
Yeah, I think we just like focus Hana down. I am, since I prepared myself, and I'm choosing an advance in attack with pinpoint aim from last turn. And I did not have to mark a fatigue to choose what I inflict with strike here.
Cool.
And so I'm going to hammer them with my blows, and I'm going to inflict a condition, I guess.
All right.
As well. And I'm going to say she is now angry.
Yeah.
Because I just demolished her.
Yeah, you shut down her signature move.
Yeah.
Like, that was her whole deal.
I showed her up.
You showed her up. And now it is
my turn.
Their turn. So Lei Fang is going to use a forceful blow at Uzuri. He kind of like steps up and swings it at Uzuri with all his might, sending you flying. He marks 1 fatigue.
Okay.
And then you mark 2 fatigue on yourself. And you get blasted out the front door, out of the engagement, unless you choose to mark 2 fatigue.
I'm good. I will just be blasted out the door.
All right. So yeah, you got blasted out the door. You might need to use your next turn to kind of like re-engage.
Okay.
I think that's like in the maneuvering bit. There's one of those that is like engage a foe or move to a new seize a position, like move to a new location.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to rejoin the fight.
Okay.
And then he will also strike Song. Song, you can either mark 2 fatigue, mark a condition, or shift your balance away from center.
I'm going to mark a condition. I am troubled.
Yeah, you
This
did
is
see
not
your friend
going
get
as
just
well as I
like
hoped.
one punched out of the building.
Mm-hmm.
But-
This is troubling.
Not even a bender. That was just like his muscles that did that.
Mm-hmm. I heard the punch,
Yeah.
and I felt the thud with my seismic senses,
Right.
and now I'm troubled.
And then Hana is going to strike Song as well. Either same thing, 2 fatigue, condition, or balance.
Well, now I'm very insecure.
Yeah. And then she's also going to kind of put you on your back foot, and you won't be able to advance and attack next engagement.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
That's just my fighting style. She doesn't even know that.
Ting and Kiona,
Yes.
you're really close. You think if you can if you just kind of like keep going, you'll be there for the next engagement. You're kind of like down the street, and you see Uzuri get like blasted out the front door, kind of a few blocks away.
Yeah.
There's the noodle shop.
How's it going?
Basically, yeah.
Slam.
And
Yeah.
kind of just like, oh no, Buffy, step on it.
Yeah.
Rely on
Can
skills
I?
and training.
Can I blow some wind behind us? Like start getting up like a gust of wind to kind of like push us forward and get us ready to like fly in there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't think there's nothing
Roll
really
good
in your
enough.
way. You lost Yang and all of his people, so I don't think you guys need to roll for anything for that. You'll be involved in the next engagement after this one that's just about to happen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So this should actually be a 7, not an 8, because I accidentally rolled with passion. Which
You
is
don't need to
plus
roll.
2,
There's
right?
nothing in your way.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We get there.
So after this current exchange, you guys will be involved. Okay?
Great.
All right. The NPCs have chosen their approaches.
So have I.
So have I.
Uzuri?
Yes, yep, I'm good.
All right. Who is
All right.
defending and maneuvering?
Me.
I am as well.
Okay. So on a regular hit, I just get to choose between like any maneuver, right?
You get to choose between basic and mastered.
Basic and mastered. Okay, so I am going to. Dan, you swinging this round?
What do you mean swinging?
You shellacking? You laying down? You smacking?
Yeah, well, I figured that's the best thing to do.
Okay, cool. I am going to tag team it with Dan. And I am going to use my favored status. And I am going to use Detect the Heavy Step. And now I am prepared. And that comes with special things that we will get to. Let me know if, because I'm like next to both of the baddies, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if either of them use a maneuver, please, or use a technique, please let me know.
Okay. All right. Did anybody else choose to defend and maneuver?
I did.
Uzuri, you're up.
I am going to. My question is there, as I'm doing this. I'll do
Ooh. Nice.
Holy
Mastered
moly,
and a
bro.
basic. Nice.
Wow.
Um,
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to first we'll just do seize a position. So
Yeah.
we're going to reposition ourselves back into the fight. I guess
Yes.
I really have it in for the boss, Hana. I don't really see any like beneficial positions within where we're at. So I would just kind of get back to the side of
you can choose to engage and disengage with a foe. So if you would like to engage with Hana, you can just go ahead and do that, Christian.
Yeah, I'm engaging with
absolutely.
her and kind of standing to the side of Song. And then I'll pinpoint aim again, which is my master.
Well, she can mark a fatigue to block you.
So since
that's if I'm already,
or is it already engaged?
Yeah, if I'm moving away from somebody, I think that's how that works.
Yeah. So since he's not engaged with anybody when he is taking the maneuver, there isn't anybody engaged to prevent it, so he can just do it.
Cool.
And then I'll pinpoint aim for my master technique. And I will become prepared.
Cool.
Once more. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Next up is the attack and maneuvering. I think Sapa, you said you were going to do that.
Yep. I'm going to use. Well, hold on. Let me roll first. We'll get that out of the way. Yeah. Justin, remind.
So it's after the fact. So anything that you do, any bads that you do to them are doubled. So if it's fatigue, double fatigue. Conditions, they mark an extra condition. Balance shift, double the balance shift. You hit.
Yeah.
Cool. So I don't know what your master technique is. If it's useful, if it's an advanced and attack technique or not.
Remind me, Dalton, are either of them favored or prepared?
I am prepared.
No, I'm not.
I don't think any of the
one.
enemies have any statuses marked on them at the moment.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to use strike, and I'm going to mark one fatigue to hammer them with blows to force them to take 2 with tag team that should double to 4.
Yeah. Are you doing that to Lei Fang or to Hana?
To Hana.
Hana. Okay.
And the way I describe it is just a flurry of slingshot blows. Like I'm pretty close up, right? So I should be able to.
Yeah, you rapid fire some off.
Yeah.
Nice. Lei Fang is going to forceful blow Song. So he's going to mark.
Ooh, sweet. No, he's not. So I'm going to mark 1 fatigue and interrupt an enemy as they use a technique. They must mark an additional 3 fatigue.
Oh dang!
Or I completely cancel the attack.
Wow.
So basically, if they want to use the technique, they have to mark 3 fatigue.
3 additional, in addition to whatever other fatigue they would mark.
Yeah. All right, he's gonna let you block it.
And that I like. He goes in for the blow, and I kind of Tai Chi styles, just spin him around.
Yeah.
And we have some things that we need to resolve, though. That actually pushed me to 5 fatigue. So what happens now?
Nothing yet, unless you take more fatigue. To mark conditions, because you still have conditions to take. It's not until you're full on fatigue and conditions that you're knocked out.
Okay. Cool. So, yes.
All right. So that was his turn. Cool. And now Hana, she was on evade and observe. So she is going to turn the earth beneath Sapa, Song, and Uzuri, or we'll just say just Song and Uzuri, into quicksand. Song and Uzuri, you guys both become impaired. And if you don't free yourself by the end of the next exchange, after becoming impaired, you become trapped. If they don't free themselves by the end of the next exchange after becoming trapped, you become doomed. So right now you are impaired. Next exchange, it gets worse if you choose not to free yourself. By clearing the negative status in some way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And kind of we break away for a second as Ting and Kiona both, I guess, just smash through the front door.
Cavalry has
Sure.
arrived.
Thank goodness the door's a curtain.
I'm glad
That would
to see
actually
you guys.
bust it down. Do I get to pick a combat exchange
Yep.
technique?
We are
I am
in
going.
a
I've chosen
new
mine.
exchange, unless you guys want to like do or say or like kind of like take any actions ahead of time before the next exchange starts.
Where are the kids?
I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, I just yell out, "Where are the kids?"
They seem preoccupied by the current conflict.
To answer.
to really answer. They're more focused on the three people in front of them than the people that burst in right now. Good job, Spencer. You got your cards.
I got my card.
Who all is defending and maneuvering?
I am.
Anybody else?
Oh, I'm defending and maneuvering as well. Yeah.
All right, Ting, you can go first.
Okay. So I roll my dice first, right? So let's see. And defend and maneuver is focus, which I have -1. Let's see how this goes. That's a 5. So yep.
You can shift your balance if you want to.
Nope. Well, because it's away from center, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shift balance away. No, I'm already at +1, -1 towards action. So I like burst in a little too aggressively with my wind. So maybe I'm like, I try to do a technique, but I'm like, whoa, and I mess up.
All right.
Yep.
Song, you're up.
All right. Oh, cool. So I get 1 action, right?
Did you take a fatigue? So since you're impaired, remember from Hana's thing, did you take the fatigue for impaired, or are you going to take a -2?
Oh, so if I take a -2, I miss. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to take an extra fatigue. So now that I'm at 6 fatigue, what happens?
You
So
have
just
to
mark
take
the
a condition. Yeah.
All right. Does my fatigue go back to 0?
No.
Okay. I'm angry. Ooh, I'm angry.
Oh.
I'm angry. All right. So
And to remind you, if you don't free yourself from the quicksand, you'll become trapped.
I'm gonna use this to seize a position, and I'm gonna overcome this danger by bending myself back out of this and kind of away more towards the door, like back out of the fray for a minute.
Cool.
As I like cough up some blood.
Yeah. Lei Fang is going to stand strong, and he's going to plant his feet and prepare for incoming blows. He is prepared, and he's going to automatically block or avoid any negative status. Status is inflicted on him this exchange. Coming, clear, prepared. Okay. All right. Did anybody else want to defend? Anybody who all is advancing and attacking? Kiona, you're up.
Right.
Hey. I roll with passion. So that's a 2d6 plus 2. Ooh, critical failure.
So you're able to shift your balance away from center to use a basic technique if you wish.
Do that. I'm gonna do that. And I am going to strike a foe in reach. I was gonna strike Hana.
Okay.
So forcing them to mark 2 fatigue, mark condition, or shift their balance away from center, their choice.
All right. She will shift her balance. She's getting really haughty. She's managed, like she was taking care of the 3 of these guys. Like she's holding her own in a 3v2, and now she's totally ready to take this 5v2, no problem. She thinks she can handle it.
All right.
Um.
All right.
I am also advancing and attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh god, I'm gonna get trapped though. Right. I mean, I could smash again. How do we get out of this?
Uzuri
Actually.
smash.
Turning all of her like sand into glass.
I mean, I think I'd rather. So I'd rather just like. So there's quicksand beneath us, right?
Yes.
Problem is, does that get me stuck in it? If I heat it up and then my legs are encased in glass.
Yeah, you won't become doomed, but you are kind of permanently trapped until you smash the glass.
You'll be fine. If it's fine.
That's what I'm gonna do.
At which point it may kill you.
For the sake of time. Yeah, but I think that's funny. But it says like fictionally appropriate, like to get out of like a positive or negative status, or to get a positive or.
I mean, like we've seen firebenders sometimes use their firebending as like propulsion jets to kind of like force them in a direction and like sharp movement.
That makes sense. It doesn't just have to be air.
Yeah, so you kind of like push yourself using your fire out of the quicksand.
But well, the thing is, right? Can I take care of all the quicksand so nobody else has to worry about it?
Song got himself out, and he was the only other one in the quicksand.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
So you've gotten yourself out.
I could just move myself out.
Yeah.
While still being engaged to her.
Yeah, you get yourself out of the quicksand, and now it's Hana's turn, and she is going to strike Uzuri.
That's great.
So your choice: 2 fatigue, a condition, or shifted balance.
I mean, I'm gonna choose shift and balance. Do you get to choose where towards?
Away from center. So if you're already off center, further in that direction. But if you're centered right now, you get to pick.
I am already off balance, so good deal.
All right. And then she is going to smash a wall. Some kind of like pull one of the walls down on top of Tang.
Oh.
You are trapped.
Oh no.
You have to mark a combination of 3 conditions or fatigue to escape, otherwise you're helpless.
Great. Combination of 3 fatigue.
And that was that.
Our conditions first, they're useless in combat.
We're now in evade and observe. Who all chose to do that?
Meet more.
Sapa, you're up.
All right, time for me to do some meat morping. Am I still impaired?
Were you impaired before for some reason?
No, there was the sandstorm that was making people impaired, but Christian.
Oh yeah, that happened. Yeah,
put a
you're
kibosh
fine.
on that, so we're not impaired anymore. She's not empowered anymore. That's done.
Yeah.
We were trapped or impaired in the quicksand as we were becoming trapped, but we, Christian Iron Man'd himself out, and I made the quicksand spit me out.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hit an 11, so I get a mastered and a basic. I am going to do slide around the blow. There is no foe engaged with me right now, I would say.
Right.
So I can slip. I'm going to slip out of the quicksand or whatever the hell I'm standing in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move like around to kind of like the wall that she just opened up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to hinder. And I'm going to hinder Hana.
Okay. Is that a
what is the status
status?
you're picking?
Which ones does she have right now?
She doesn't have any statuses marked. So you can
Didn't
pick
she have insecure?
Doom. No, she doesn't have empowered anymore.
So conditions and statuses are different. Hinder lets you do a status, which is like you're doomed, impaired, trapped, or stunned. That have effects.
Right. Sorry. I would say
kick her into the quicksand, trap her.
Yeah, I wanna like doom her.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doomed now. I don't know how exact. Maybe like some poison gas, like a special.
No, I'm sorry. I take that back. Can we do trapped? I want to do trapped.
Yeah.
I trap her by her own mechanism.
Okay. Yeah.
Into the quicksand.
You fire a little like pellet, and it knocks her off her balance, and she steps into the quicksand that she made.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that's the full exchange. I think we can do another one unless anybody wants to do anything in between.
Nope, I'm already ready. I'm gonna defend and maneuver again.
I'll ask Gon if she knows where the kids are.
Yeah, Gon says, yeah, they're in the back behind the door.
I would like to start making my way towards the door while everybody else is occupied with this fight in the front.
Yeah, I mean Gon warns you that it's you're gonna have to be able to earthbend to get back there, but sure.
Maybe stay here.
Yeah, I guess I'll stay here.
Yana, no!
Yana! Help, I'm trapped under this large wall.
Yeah, so I'm going to defend and maneuver. Can I just go ahead and roll?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I only got the one thing. I am going to take a chill, but I am going to ready. And things are getting bad. I'm afraid. But in my fear, I find my strength. And do I become inspired or do I become empowered? I think I become empowered. Yeah.
So to do that, you have to mark a fatigue, which for you means another condition.
Yep, I'm afraid.
Okay. And you assigning yourself empowered?
Yes.
Okay.
And well, at the end of the turn, I will be able to mark a. But I'm just over there I'm over there in the I'm over there in the corner, just kind of bleeding out a little bit right now.
Okay.
It'll be all right.
Is anybody else defending and maneuvering?
I want to, but I'm trapped. So does that just take up my turn then? To like, should I take the 3? Like, I was gonna do 2 conditions and a fatigue.
Well, you could seize the position and get out of your trap status, I think.
Yeah, so like that's kind of like if you were to seize a position, you could use that to clear trapped. But if you wanted to say do something else, you would have to mark a combination of 3 conditions or fatigue to escape and then do the other thing.
Ooh. Then I definitely want to seize a position. So can I?
Well, you have to roll first.
Yes. So defend and maneuver. Oh,
No! You can
I'm
shift your balance.
still under this wall.
So
Shift your balance.
you can shift your balance away from center to still seize a position, or you could just mark the fatigue and conditions to.
I'll shift my balance.
Okay.
So now I'm at +2 action, -2 forgiveness.
I have a +1 if anyone else has a plus.
And I fly up. I fly up to like a building on top of the. Or wait, no, we're inside of a building.
All you can do is clear the trapped condition.
And I'm doing that from seize a position, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I meant. I just meant like I was moving to a different location.
That is you would have to seize a position again if you wanted to move.
Oh, okay.
You're no longer underneath the rubble, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you did. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I thought seize a position, even if I was trapped underneath the wall, was still me moving somewhere else. But that makes sense.
Okay. Now we're in attack. Anybody attacking?
Nice.
Kiona, we'll do you first.
All right. Nine to hit.
Mhm.
So I can use one basic or mastered technique.
I would like to give you my plus.
Go for it.
Thank you, Sapa. So now I have a
Mastered
10.
and basic.
I can use a learned technique, a practice technique, or a basic and a mastered technique. So I'm going to use 2 things.
Yeah, do it up,
girl.
Water whip.
Probably for sure.
Whip.
Now watch me, Nay.
Little whip.
So I am going to sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg.
How do I click on it so you can see it? Well,
You
you
can
attack
click the
where.
name.
Did that do it?
Justin did it. Whatever Justin did worked for him.
Okay. You attack
the gray
where.
thing.
What gray thing?
The name is gray. Should be able to. Oop. Doesn't work on the ones that you come with though, for whatever reason. Annoying.
That's okay.
Anyway.
Well, I attack where an enemy is weakest or most off balance. If your foe has a total of 3 or more fatiguing conditions marked, inflict 2 fatigue. So we'll do this on Hana. I'm just trying to take her out, I think. So she definitely should have at least 3 fatiguing conditions marked. So I will inflict 2 fatigue on her.
You do so.
And then I will water whip is a defend and maneuver. So I will strike. Can I strike the same person?
Yeah.
So I will also strike Hana, forcing her to mark 2 fatigue, a condition, or shift balance away from center.
You're gonna let her choose?
No, I'm going to mark 1 fatigue and force them to mark 2 fatigue or inflict a condition.
Okay.
I changed my mind again.
She's already full on fatigue, so the best thing to do would be force her to take 2 fatigue, so she takes 2 conditions.
There we go.
Yep.
I get to choose. I thought you chose.
No, if you take the fatigue, then you get to choose. That's like the whole point of taking the fatigue.
I will mark 2 fatigue for her.
The price you pay is the fatigue for the better effect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Like mana.
Makes sense. I want her to take 2 more fatigue, which is going to be conditions, right? So.
Okay. Anybody else attacking?
I believe Sapa was.
Mm-hmm. Bing bong.
Bing bong.
Y R2D6 plus my typey skills no go.
Oh no.
My house. Oh no! Oh,
So I'll just shift my balance, I guess. And I will strike. And I'm at 4 fatigue, so I'm going to mark 1 fatigue to hammer, and I'm going to hammer Hana.
Okay.
So now we'll be at 5 fatigue, but I should have just inflicted 2 more fatigue.
Yeah. You fire off another slingshot bolt, and it kind of like stumbles back, and it hits her like right in the forehead and knocks her right out. She kind of falls back on the ground.
Oh. Whew.
And at the sight of that, Lei Fang like looks over at that, and he throws his hands up, and he's like, "All right,
Oh.
all
We
right,
just want the kids.
Yeah.
yep." Hey, the kidnapping the kids, that was all her idea. Clearly,
Yeah.
it was a
Tell
bad
it to the
idea. I'm
cop,
out.
buddy.
Yeah, so it's the cops, and I earth bend his like hands into the earth. Like he's locked in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dick.
Song, I need you.
Yeah, hold on one second. Pull out a tooth. All right, better now. What's up?
Gon said that the kids are back here, and I needed an earthbender to get them. So can you get this door open?
Sure. I'm feeling better already for some reason. So empowered. So I go back and I whoosh up the door as I feel less fatigued by the moment. And so are these kids back here?
Yep. Yeah. They're just like
kids.
Yeah. They're kind of like kind of shrunk away at a corner. They're not really tied up or anything. They couldn't really get out regardless if they wanted to. So
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, guess what? We're here to rescue you, little kids.
they
Phrasing song. Phrasing. Song just walks back toward the door.
Kiona.
I rush over to them and ask if they're hungry or thirsty.
Yes, they're very thirsty, and they both give like tiny like appreciative little hugs. They like as soon as the door comes down, like they grab like one grabs like Song's leg and one grabs like Kiona's leg in like joy, thankfulness.
I give them some water and I say, God, make these poor kids some noodles.
Let's get these kids some noodles. Want some noodles? You probably been eating a lot of noodles. You probably don't want noodles.
Let's not get them noodles. Let's bounce. Let's get out of here. Let's take them back to their parents.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that the anti-corruption task force is probably like, what the hell's going on, and probably
That's
coming
right.
back here.
They'll find their way back here.
Hey, Gon, can we get those noodles to go?
Can we get them to go?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's bring them outside to what's his name?
Ton.
Ton?
Yeah.
Ton?
Yeah. As you guys kind of like go to leave the noodle shop, Ton and his firebenders kind of come up. It looks like they managed to take out whatever fanged mercenaries were outside, and sees the ambassador's kids, and is like, oh, thank goodness you found them. We should get to we should get them to her mom immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys do so without much trouble.
Great.
Sweet.
Hooray!
Did we get those noodles to go for the poor kids, though?
Yeah.
Of
We
course.
got no-
Yep.
Although I'm
let
sure
them
Gon's
pet
probably
Buffy.
not happy with the destruction to her noodle shop. But
Well, she shouldn't have been harboring children in the basement.
well,
You know-
it sounds like from their conversation she probably voice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
it-
against her will.
The shop
Maybe.
doesn't look that much bad. Doesn't look that much worse than before.
Maybe
it
she'll
really
get some
had-
insurance
It was
money.
a high
to fix it
bar,
up.
right?
we actually did some much needed demolition work.
Yeah, the fresh breeze
Uh,
actually gets rid of the mold smell.
But you guys successfully reunite Ambassador Twins with her children. When you get there, Rangi is there, ready to thank you. Luckily, the Avatar should be here tomorrow to kind of like clean up and make sure that things don't get much worse. Maybe have some choice words for Yang and the King for abusing their authority, but everything seems to be stable for now.
Yeah, and it wasn't in yet.
Yay! We saved the kingdom.
Congratulations.
Yay!
We saved
Avatar
the
will be
kids.
back for season 2.
Remember the frog?
Yeah, so that was our little adventure of our crew saving Ambassador Twin's kids. Congratulations, everybody. Good job. You managed to save the kids without the outer ring totally destabilizing underneath you.
Oh,
Oh, I kind
Pretty
of
good job.
rode a buffalo yak through the streets. It's a little
That
bit
was
chaotic,
fun.
right?
That's just property
No one
damage. That's normal.
died. No war crimes were committed. I'd say
Yeah.
pretty successful mission.
Yeah.
I think we did a
Yeah.
good job.
We didn't even
destroy
have to
them.
go back for that guy. He got out on his own, got some tomatoes.
We technically got a
You
little
probably
close to
stole my
war crimes,
tomatoes.
but we stopped the war crimes before they were committed.
Yeah.
But
Well, that was fun.
Mhm.
That's a fun game. I think like quick final wrap up notes. Avatar is a interesting tabletop that doesn't really work like your traditional tabletop. If you are looking for a game that is less math heavy and more role play heavy, I would certainly recommend this game. This game is also very family friendly when you aren't playing with a bunch of unhinged psychos that like to torture people. But yeah, the mechanics are really easy. This I think kind of works. This is a fun game because it works with ages 9 to 99. Different mechanics than you're used to. So if you're looking to change from your old D&D book, this is certainly a way to just get way outside what you have been playing. So that's a lot of fun. The classes are really interesting. You get a lot of freedom. Mechanics are deprioritized over flair and fun.
yeah,
The anti-Pathfinder, if you want to make a joke about it.
I think we might be back next week to kind of talk about what we thought of everything for a little bit. So join us then. But other than that, want to give some thank yous to Magpie Games and Team Avatar for the game and the setting. Thanks.
Yes, thanks very much, guys. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks to Roll20 for the virtual tabletop and the rolling of dice and mechanics and stuff. And thanks to Hero Forge for all of the tools for the tokens and stuff. And final shout out to Kevin McLeod. Was we determined McLeod
Cloud.
for the little break song. Appreciate everybody and all of what they contributed. Join us next week for a little post discussion.